It was won by ICC, yes, and they defer to the second half, so they're going to kick from right to left. EMCC will receive from the north side. Thank you so much for giving the thumbs up there, Rocky. I got a little confused on that. So captains for EMCC out there, Zach Patterson, along with Jordan Boatman, Tate Deere, Drew Tuazama. It's Javante Woodall, Buddy Bowman, also Philip Cook, and Ralph Dunn, the captains for ICC. As ICC comes running out onto the field from the south end, they're going to be wearing red jerseys, red pants, the blue helmets with the red stripe down the middle, and the red I on either side. And EMCC will be coming out here momentarily. They're going to be wearing their white jerseys, red helmets with the red pants. We'll take a look at some of the statistics for ICC offensively. They average 342 yards a game, 108 on the ground, 234 through the air. So obviously they chunk it better than they run it. They average 26 points per contest. EMCC on the flip side allows 221 yards total, 84 on the ground, 137 through the air, and average just 10 points they give up a game. So ICC on the defensive side gives up 300 yards per contest, 126 on the ground, 174 through the air, allowing 25 points a contest. And EMCC racks up 423 yards of total offense, $176 on the ground, 246 through the air, averaging 42 points a contest. And EMCC is going to run out on the far sideline now as we're getting set for the opening kick. And coming out to kick this one away will be Shane Lasher. He'll be lashing it from right to left from the 35-yard line, and Zach Patterson, along with Kadarius Callaway, will be back deep here momentarily. Keys to the game, Rocky.
Well, I think, like Coach Stevens said, Itawamba's going to try to put pressure, on them, and with all the number of blitzes that he said they saw more, we'll see more of this game than they have the whole season. So I think the big thing is going to, East Mississippi is going to, mix it up, run the ball, and try to keep them off balance, in terms of throwing the short passes and controlling the ball that way. I think Coach Stevens gave them a good motivation speech because they're a little late getting out of the locker room. But
that's not the first time that they've been late coming out of the locker room, and I'm surprised we haven't seen a yellow hanky yet. Well, the rain has subsided just a bit, but we do have slippery, wet conditions and chilly conditions here at Kick. 55 degrees is our temperature here at the Kick. Callaway will stand inside the 10 on the far hash. Near hash will be Patterson. It's going to go to Patterson as he backpedals inside the 5. He'll take it to the goal line. He's going to try to go to the middle of the field. He's going to get to the 5, and he stutter steps, gets to the 10, 15. He's going middle of the field, 20, and he's going to be tackled there by a whole host of ICC Indians at around the 23-yard line. So that's going to be about a 23-yard return, and EMCC will have it at their own 23, moving from left to right, making the tackle to Montreal Ball for ICC. So Monte Spivey is going to get the start tonight. Spivey is going to be flanked off the right shoulder of Jamari Jones. And, Coach, I'm thankful they're not wearing those white jerseys with the chrome numbers tonight. And EMCC is going to go three wide side of the field near side, a single receiver on the far side. It's a high snap. It's going to go over the head of Jones, picks it up inside the 10, and he's going to be hit and dropped there. The ball comes out, but that was
his
after
helmet.
the
That was his
well,
helmet.
It's a helmet. His helmet comes off, but he's hopefully not going to have to sit down to play. Corley Hopper is going to make the tackle for ICC, and a big loss there inside the 10 at the 8.
Not the way you want to start the game off, and with a snap over the quarterback's head.
So they're going to lose a ton of yards as they're going to have it at the 8. So it's second down and 26. So a loss of 16 on the play. Jones in the shotgun. Trips wide side of the field near side. Snap for the far hash. They throw it to the far sideline, and it's incomplete as they were looking across the way. Looks like they were trying to find Barnett. C.J. Johnson was in on defense for ICC.
Itawamba they only rushed 3. They're in a prevent defense right now because it's second and long and now third and long.
So it was Barnett they were trying to target. Third down and 26 now for EMCC on their opening possession with 14-12 to go here on the clock at Eaton Field. Jones in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. He throws it screen pass left side to Spivey, and he's going to be hit hard around the 10-yard line, and he is going to be dropped there, and EMCC is going to have to punt it away because it is going to be fourth down in a country mile. Antonio Thompson will wrap him up and tackle him there. And that's going to bring out Peyton Rogers, who has just 19 punts on the season. And, Coach, he averages 35 yards per kick, has a long 44. He's pinned 5 inside the 20, but I don't think, unless he's got the leg of Ray Guy, I don't think he's getting it inside the 20 on this kick.
Right. We just need to turn the field as much as you can right here, and of course, not a good first series for the offense.
Shengren is back deep to receive, and that's going to be a short kick that's going to bounce out across the 40, but we'll take an EMCC roll across the 45, and it's going to roll dead at the 48-yard line. So Peyton Rogers will kick it for 37 yards, and ICC is going to have it in EMCC territory, and what a way to start the game. ICC defensively has been consistent all year, but the snap over the head, that snafu by EMCC was the big difference.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what East Mississippi, if they come after Itawamba, or if they're going to play the bend but not break philosophy on defense.
Dylan Falk will come out. The sophomore quarterback is 139 of 208 on the season. Falk is out of Hernando, Mississippi. He's going to take the snap. They're going to leave it on the ground and trying to bounce it off left tackle and getting inside the 45. And that's Jamal Brooks, who has 62 carries for 237 yards this season. Is going to get it inside the 43, and he'll finally lay on the turf at the 43-yard line. So nice gain on first down. Drew Tuazama will make the tackle for EMCC. Ball's going to be placed on the near hash, and coach, they want to go fast. Falk ready to snap it. Ball near hash, as I mentioned, at the 43 of EMCC. Screen pass is caught by Shangren. He's going to go between the hash and the numbers here on the near side. He's going to get down inside the 40, and he's going to be close to a first down, coach, and I think they're going to wave the chains down, yes.
So he's going to get the wide receiver screen, getting the lineman out in front, and he had a crease there and made a nice run after the catch.
Shangren with the catch and first down from the 37 of EMCC. Inside handoff. And getting down to about the 36-yard line after a gain of 1. That's 32 Brooks. Drew Tuazama will knock him off his feet once again. Those two met just a play before. And it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9 situation. Ball placed on the near hash. 2:20 on the clock in the first quarter. There is no score.
East Mississippi's been in a 4-man rush. Hadn't blitzed at this point in the game.
Brooks is flanked off the left shoulder of Falk, and he's going to fake it to him. He looks to the left, now decides to take it himself, and he's going to go straight up the middle. He's going to be tripped up around the line of scrimmage. No gain, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9. Devonyal Lofton is going to trip him up. Down to the EMCC 36-yard line. 3rd down and 9. Falk in the shotgun. Brooks flanked off his left shoulder. Wide side of the field is to the right. There's trips there. Single receiver near side. And EMCC jumps off sides. That's Trey Lang, and they're going to stop play. Now we have another penalty flag at around the 47-yard line. It's going to be offsides on EMCC. They stop play, and I'm not certain why. It was supposed to be a free play for ICC, and our head official is going to make the call. They're going to say the left tackle moved. Okay, well.
Offsides, yeah.
And Trey Lang is going to be the guilty party, as I mentioned during the play. That's Brad McNeely. He's the white hat for this game. It's not going to be enough for a first down, but it is going to bring up a 3rd down and 4 situation. Our 3rd down and medium, which is a 3rd and 4 or 5. So it is going to be a 3rd down and 5 situation. Well, it was 3rd and 9 just a moment ago. Well, 3rd and 5. After the penalty yards have been marked off, it'll be inside the 35-yard line. Slip screen on the right side, and as soon as he catches it, he's bottled up, and he's going to be dropped around the 36-yard line. And it's going to be LaJoshua Jackson is going to come in and make the tackle for EMCC.
Came back with the same screen to the right that time.
Chris
Got the
Howard,
lineman out in front, but East Mississippi did a great job reacting to the screen and holding the receiver to a loss.
Chris Howard is the man who made the catch, and he did not get far. Matter of fact, he went backward, just back to the 36, as he's going to lose about 3 yards on the play. Back deep to receive is Zach Patterson. He'll stand at the far hash at the 5-yard line. High snap. The punter's going to rugby-style kick it to the right side. That's Price Nixon, and it's going to go between the sideline and the numbers inside the 10, and it's going to roll dead there. So EMCC is going to have not so good starting field position on their second offensive possession. It was an ugly kick, but effective by Prince Nixon. And I think it was partially blocked by Devonyal Lofton. And Nixon on the season, coach, had 46 punts coming in, averaging 36.3 yards per kick. EMCC needs a momentum buster here, and they need something on first down that's going to be effective and positive, as they're deep in their own territory at their own 10-yard line. 10:46 clock stopped in the first quarter. There's no score. Second offensive possession. Zias Perryman has checked into the contest. Ball left hash. They're going to go twin receivers either side. Perryman's going to switch from left to right now, and he's going to take the handoff, goes around the left side, gets out across the line of scrimmage, and not much there as he's going to get maybe 2 up to the 12-yard line as DeMontra Bell's going to make the stop for ICC.
Really a good tackle right there, and chased the ball good. Itawamba's in a 3-man front, and at this point pretty much is making East Mississippi work for everything they can as far as bend but not break philosophy.
Gain of 3 officially, so he's going to be out around the 13-yard line, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 7 situation. High snap, pulled down, and they fake the give. Back to pass. He's hit as he throws over the middle and just waiting for it and diving for it at the 30-yard line is ICC, and it's an interception. And coming up with the interception is going to be Peyton Ray. Peyton Ray is a defensive back from Madison, Mississippi, played at Madison Central High School, and Coach, he looked like he was waiting for a punt.
Well, I didn't see a receiver close by, but it looked like they were trying to hit number 5 on a crossing route there, and Jones had some pressure and didn't want to take a sack or get tackled deep in his own territory, and made a mistake throwing the interception.
That's his 10th interception of the season. So Falk back out on the field. Brooks flanked off to his right. Twins left, ball placed middle of the field at the 30 of EMCC. 30 yards to pay dirt. They throw it near side, intercepted by EMCC. Down the sidelines, near side, 45, 50 in midfield. Jeremy Mack, his 4th interception on the season, and they trip him up inside the 35-yard line. There's a way to answer.
Oh, he reacted to a little hitch to the boundary there, and quarterback didn't keep it away from him. He came up and reacted to the throw and made a great interception and turned the field around.
Absolutely, as he's just inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line, and we said something positive needed to happen on first down. Well, how about getting a really good start on your 3rd offensive possession, being in your opponent's territory down to the 34.
Well, he did a great job of reacting and breaking on the ball. What a great defensive play.
Ball placed near hash, moving left to right now, EMCC with 9:54 to go in the first. Here's the snap. He finally pulls it from the belly of Perryman, has some yards up the middle. Is going to slide as he gets near the sticks, but he gave himself up a little too early down to the 26-yard line. Peyton Ray will make the tackle. Just got an interception a moment ago. That's going to be a gain of 8, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 2.
Quarterback power play there. Quarterback read it and he had an option to hand it off or keep it and made a good run.
Jones with 402 rushing yards coming in. On the snap fake they give once again to Perryman. He goes straight up the middle, and he's going to get back inside the 25-yard line, and he's going to be close to a first down. Coach, it depends on left foot, right foot spot as Keaton Cager is going to make the tackle for the Indians.
East Mississippi came back with the same play to the left, and quarterback ran the ball right behind the right guard pulling.
Buddy Stevens told us in the pregame interview they don't allow much up the middle. First down play, here's the snap, inside handoff to Perryman. He'll go between the tackles, and he does not get much. I don't think he gets anything, maybe a couple of inches. And stopping him is Antonio Thompson. He just plugged the hole there on the right side, and that's going to bring up now a 2nd and 9.5 with 8:50 and counting to go in the first quarter, no score.
Quarterback run has been the best play for East Mississippi so far, and that time they really zeroed in on the running back.
Trips wide side of the field to the left. Ball placed on the near hash at the 24 of ICC, and they throw it over the middle. It's caught at the 20-yard line and then tackled immediately there. And making the reception for EMCC's Jontarius Henderson, Ralph Dunn is going to make the tackle.
Itawamba came after East Mississippi then with the blitz, and Jones was able to get rid of the ball before the blitz got to him and hit the tight end on a nice gain.
So a gain of 4 yards on the play as they place it inside the 20-yard line down to the 19. So 3rd down and 6 for EMCC. Possession play here. They may go for it. It may be 4-down territory for the Lions. On the snap, looking left, fade pattern left side, and it is going to be tipped up. Does he catch it? Well, the officials, looks like he's about to say touchdown, and he doesn't say. He walks up to the pylon. Now he's going to converse. And it is going to be incomplete, and it was Barnett who was the receiver. I never told you who it was who presumably caught the ball as the rain is really starting to come down now here in Fulton. C.J. Johnson was in on defense and knocked it out of there.
I think he caught the ball, just a matter whether he was in bounds or not. That's what it looked like.
Well, the official was walking up to the pylon like he's about to throw his hands in the air. Then he thought a second, and then consulted with another official, and that's when they said incomplete.
Just ran a fade route against bump and run coverage, and quarterback did a good job keeping it to his outside, and but it was apparently he was out of bounds when he caught the ball.
So it's 4th down. And the timeout's going to be called by EMCC. That's going to be their first call timeout of the first half. 7:46 to go in the first quarter, no score. Lions down to the 19-yard line of ICC facing a 4th and 5. We'll return in 30 seconds. Will Buddy kick it or will he go for it? We'll find out in a moment. This is the EMCC Football Network. EMCC is going to go for it with 7:46 to go in the first quarter on 4th and 5, down to the ICC 19-yard line. Jones is in the shotgun. Going to go with an empty backfield, trips right. 2 receivers to the left. Here's the snap to Jones. He has a clean pocket, throws it over the middle. It's caught at the 10-yard line, and it's a first down. And making the reception is Barnett. Kevin Barnett, who we thought got into the end zone possibly just a moment ago, makes the first down reception on 4th down, and EMCC has it. First down and goal to go.
Good curl route against man-to-man coverage, and Jones made a good throw to him.
Ball placed on the left hash. High snap pulled down from the 10. They give it to Perriman. He's going to be hitting the backfield, but his second effort is going to push him forward to the 9-yard line. He had some guys trying to pull him forward down there as there was a big pile up. Zacchaeus Moore is going to make the stop for ICC. So it's going to bring up now a 2nd and goal situation inside the 10. The 9-yard line coach is the spot of the football. And by the way, filling in for Glenn Beard tonight is the one and only Ronky Felker. Here's the snap from the 9. They leave it with Perriman. Goes by left guard and is going to get inside the 5, and he's going to be stopped at around the 1-yard line. Depends on where they spot it. Coach, they're running up on it. They're ready to snap it as soon as they place it.
Had a good hole right there. Line made a good hole, and Perriman made a good run to get to the 1-yard line. Itawamba's coming after with the blitz, and particularly since the ball's getting closer to the goal line, they're trying to put as much pressure.
Ball's on the 2-yard line, and it's 3rd and goal, and it's a jumbo package for EMCC. Here's the snap, and Ethan Connor has come in, and now we have penalty flags that fly. Ethan Connor, the 6'4" quarterback from Columbus, and it's a false start on EMCC. So it's a 5-yard penalty, so it's going to be now 3rd down and goal to go from the 7. By the way, Ronky Felker, former head football coach at Mississippi State. He was a really good quarterback there in 1974, was SEC Player of the Year. Known for that 2-point conversion run against Memphis that won the game for the Bulldogs.
A few years ago.
6:20 to go here in the first quarter, counting clock. And now another timeout's going to be called, and that's going to be the second burn timeout for EMCC, and it all comes midway in the first quarter. So with 6:18 to go in the first quarter, a timeout called by the Lions. We'll be back with 3rd down and goal to go from the 7-yard line when we return. This is the EMCC Football Network. In the first quarter, no score, but a 3rd down, and they're calling it 6 up on the scoreboard for EMCC. They're down to the ICC 6-yard line.
Man-to-man coverage.
Trips wide side of the field, near side. They'll snap it from the 6 from the shotgun. Jones back to pass, hit as he throws it over the middle, and it's tipped up in the air and almost caught on the second effort. EMCC could not come up with it, and it's going to bring up a 4th down play. And so that was Jantarius Henderson, the intended receiver. So EMCC is going to kick it here.
Wins out of the south, so he short field goal, but he's got a little wind in his face.
23-yard attempt for Peyton Rogers, as long as a 42, so he's in plenty of distance. Ball's going to be placed on the left hash. Josh Ham's going to snap it. Damon Stewart will hold. Rogers will attempt the 23-yarder. Stewart calls for the football. Clean snap, clean hold, and it's a high end-over-end kick that's going to split the uprights, and EMCC is going to lead it 3-0 with 6:10 to go here in the first quarter of play. We'll be back with the kick to the Indians in a moment. This is the EMCC Football Network. EMCC leads at 3-0 rather. 23-yard field goal from Peyton Rogers. 10 plays, 28 yards, 3 minutes and 44 seconds off the clock. It was set up by a 38-yard interception return by Jeremy Mack Jr., and that's his 4th interception on the season. And, Coach, at some point we hope it's 30-0, but right now it's 3-0 EMCC.
Well, it's important to get some points on the board and, not come away with nothing on that drive and the interception that turned the game around.
Eric Watts is going to stand near side. R.J. Wilson on the far side to return this one. Peyton Rogers comes up to the 35. It's high. It's end over end. And it's going to be taken by Wilson. He's going to get out across the 25-yard line. And I believe that's actually Eric Watts. That was 11, not 12 that returned that one. Watts is going to return it, and he's going to be knocked off his feet by Kel Williams at around the 25, 26-yard line. They will spot it officially at the 26. So Eric Watts is going to stay out there. He's going to be the tailback. Dylan Falk is the quarterback standing in the shotgun. Twin receivers wide side of the field. Single receiver near side. 6:05 to go in the first quarter. Here's the snap. They're going to leave it with Watts. Goes off right tackle and busts through out across the 40-yard line. 45. Still on his feet inside EMCC territory. Breaking a couple of tackles. Inside the 30. Inside the 25. Still on his feet inside the 20 down the numbers. And he's finally going to be corralled around the 20-yard line as Kendarius Smith is going to make the tackle for EMCC. A 54-yard run for Eric Watts, Coach.
Great run. Made it hit the hole quick. A little power play and left guard was pulling, and he hit the crease and then made the safety mix them and ended up making a great run.
And the one who made the tackle, Smith, is down between the numbers and the hash on the near side, around the 15. As he is injured, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the EMCC Football Network. EMCC with the lead, but ICC is now in the red zone down to the Lion 20-yard line. Ball's going to be placed on the near hash. It was a 54-yard run from Eric Watts. And it looks like Smith's going to be okay, and he's going to walk off on his own accord across the way. Watts is going to remain out there flanked off the right shoulder of Falk. Twins wide side of the field to the right for ICC. EMCC's linebackers creeping up. Now they're switching positions. It looks like there's some confusion defensively for EMCC. Falk looking to the near sideline. Watts now is going to be flanked off. Well, he moves back to the right shoulder. Here's the shotgun snap. They leave it with Watts again. Comes around the near side, gets to the numbers, and he's popped hard at the 20-yard line. So nothing there, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 with 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. Joshua Short with a big hit at the numbers.
Itawamba's no huddle, lining up at the line of scrimmage, and that particular time they lined up and then wanted to see what kind of defense they were going to face and made the play call.
R.J. Wilson is going to be flanked off the right shoulder of Falk. Falk, slip screen right side, and the receiver took his eyes off of it, and he was looking upfield, and that was 5. That's Shangren. And as he was looking upfield to run, the ball just squirted off his shoulder.
They like that wide receiver, I guess, because of the pressure that they're getting from East Mississippi's front. Just hopefully trying to slow them down with the screen pass.
Shamar Sandgren, the freshman receiver from Savannah, Georgia, 6'2", 180. They target him a lot. 52 receptions on the season, 6 touchdowns. And it looks like Wilson's going to stay out there, and he's going to be flanked off to the right of Falk in the shotgun. Here's the shotgun snap from the 20 on 3rd and 10, and they throw it over on the left side, and it's going to go into the breadbasket of the intended receiver, and that's Brooks, and it's going to be broken up. And it comes out of there around the line of scrimmage, and so it's going to bring up a 4th down and 10. Cam McCullum in on defense to deflect it with a pass breakup for EMCC, and they're going to attempt the field goal. So a 37-yard attempt coming up from Shane Lasher, who's 4 of 7 with a long of 32. This would be the longest of the season. Ball placed on the near hash. He is a right-footed kicker. 3-0 EMCC with 4:57 to go. Here in the first quarter, they're trying to tie it up. And now EMCC's going to jump off sides, and the flag flies, and the kick looks like it's going to go through the uprights. And they're probably just going to keep that field goal on the board because 5 yards will not be enough for a first down. And so the officials are going to huddle up. We'll get the call from Brad McNeely here in just a moment. Yeah, it was that left side of the defensive line for EMCC that came across early. But a 37-yard field goal is good for now. They haven't put it up on the board, but they're awaiting the decision by ICC. This would be a long on the season for Shane Lasher. Oh, okay. They're going to replay the down, and if you couldn't hear Brad McNeely coach him, you heard him, I'm sure, but I'm talking about to the radio audience. It was offsides on EMCC, but also a hold on ICC, so that's going to make them replay the down. So Lasher's got to come out and kick it again.
I wouldn't want to have to kick it again.
Yeah.
If I make it once, I don't want to have to.
The wind's behind him, though, and all that rain is coming in behind him. We'll await the snap here momentarily. Here's the snap back, a clean snap back. The kick is high. It's end over end, and it is good again. Right down the pipe, and we're tied at 3 apiece with 4:48 to go in the first quarter. Number 1 EMCC on the ropes so far here in the first quarter of play with 4:48 to go. We'll be back with the kick to the Lions in a moment. This is the EMCC Football Network. Fulton and the Atlanta Braves will be doing the chop this weekend in Atlanta. And I'm about to kick Gavin Gilbert out. And I don't care if he is our statistician and helps keep things straight for me. He just said go Astros.
Lifelong Astros fan.
Oh, gosh. I can tell we're not going to get along the rest of this week, but that's okay. We're not going to bring up the Atlanta Braves or the Houston Astros. Big win by your Stros last night.
Good series.
3-3 is our score. Long way to go in this one. 37-yarder from Shane Lasher. That's a season long for him. He's going to come up on the football to 35 and kick it right to left. And backing up and at the 5-yard line, calling for a fair catch is going to be Corinth native Zach Patterson, playing kind of in his old stomping grounds near Corinth, Mississippi. So EMCC will have it at their own 25-yard line. By the way, 5 plays, 54 yards. That was all on one play. That was the run by Watts. 1:17 off the clock. And the 37-yarder with 4:48 to go on the clock here in the first quarter, tied things up at 3 apiece. So, Coach Felker, what do you do offensively now to try to get that momentum back?
Well, you don't want to put the ball on the ground and avoid the losses like it's hurt us earlier in the game.
Jones takes the snap, throws it near side to Patterson, call it 25. He's up the sideline near side across the 40. Now he's across midfield. He's off to the races, but they catch him from behind at the numbers inside the 40. Patterson with a nice screen pass, and there's the play, Coach.
And throw quick plays quick passes like that.
39 yards for Zach Patterson on the pitch and catch from Jones, and the ball's going to be placed near hash.
You know, that's one of the best ways to go against an attacking defense like Itawamba is coming after East Mississippi, is get rid of the ball quick, throw the short pass, and put the ball in the hands of the receiver.
Three-man front for ICC. They'll snap it from the shotgun and give it to Perryman from the 36. He'll go straight between the tackles. He'll dance down the near hash inside the 30, and he's going to get down to about the 27-yard line. Antonio Thompson will make the tackle. Gain of 9 on the play, so it'll bring up a 2nd down and 1. They're going to snap it here pretty quickly. Jones will snap it, leaves it with Perryman again. He's going to be grabbed from behind in the backfield. He's going to get down to the 26, though. I think he's going to have enough for a 1st down. And the officials are going to stop the clock. Making the tackle is Zakelius Moore. Perryman is indicating he got the 1st down, and they're going to move the chains. So a yard gain. And Perryman is one of the best backs at avoiding, or not necessarily avoiding, but getting extra yards after contact in the backfield. He could be hit in the backfield, and he just keeps those big legs turning.
That was some tough yardage he got there.
Ball still on the near hash. Twin receivers either side. They fake the give to Perryman, throws it near side as Jones, and caught at the sidelines. Duke Miller, he gets inside the 15 and finally corralled around the 10-yard line. That's enough for a 1st down.
Itawamba brought a corner blitz, and that left him wide open downhill on the sideline. And so Itawamba's just mixing up where they're coming from, and because they know they can't stop the running game if they don't put pressure on the quarterback and the running back.
Gain of 16. Bell with the tackle, inside handoff. Perryman breaks a couple of tackles, almost broke it free, and they trip him up inside the 10-yard line down to the 7, and tripping up is Brian Jordan. He's going to get 3 on the play. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and goal situation for EMCC.
65.
And it's going to be an injury timeout, and that's EMCC's number 65. That's Tyler Hodges, the center, 6'1", 285, the freshman from Brandon, Mississippi. Looks like he's okay. He's still down on the field. I beg your pardon. I thought I saw him get up, look down at the roster, saw some guys jogging off the field, but he's still down between the hashes.
You don't ever like to see your center get hurt.
No.
Because he's the one that touches the ball before anybody, and being in the shotgun, making good snaps is obviously a big key.
And they're still attending to him down on the field. And, you don't want to speculate what anything is. Usually a lot of times we say cramp, but they're going to help him to his feet. The trainers are going to put their arms around his back and just slightly assist him as he is hobbling off the field, but with a lot of speed. So I guess he is going to be okay. It's Tyler Hodges, the injured Lion. And we'll see. It looks like they're going to put Will Baggett in there as his backup, 6'1", 295, the freshman from St. Martin High School. Has had to come in and play some reps because Hodges has been injured at times this season. 2:40, clock rolling here in the 1st quarter. We're tied at 3 apiece. The EMCC has it 2nd down and goal to go. Ball placed around the 6-yard line, middle of the field. Perryman will be flanked off to the left of Jones. Jones will take the shotgun snap, surveys the field, pump fakes, is flushed out of the pocket, is chased from behind, tripped up and stopped from behind at the 10-yard line. And it's going to be a tackle for loss, and it's Antonio Thompson who will come up and trip him up from behind. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and goal situation. It's going to be a loss of 3 back to the 9-yard line.
He got pressure to the left and looked like he had a chance to make a play running away from the pressure, but they ran him down from the back.
Thought he was about to tuck it, and I think if he would have committed right there, Coach, he would have escaped that tackle for loss as far as just tucking it and taking it around the right end. EMCC is going to have bunch receivers up tight to the formation between the hash and the 10-yard line. Ball placed on the near hash. Here's the snap, inside pressure. They throw it for Perryman. He catches it inside the 5 and rumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, EMCC.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness, what a catch. It was kind of thrown awkwardly to him because he was avoiding the sack.
What a play by Jones to get rid of the ball. He had a linebacker right up the middle in the center guard gap that came free, and he was right in his face. and made a great throw. And the receiver, the running back, came out and had a free release and beat the linebacker to get in the end zone.
It's the 4th touchdown reception through the air for Zias Perryman. Short's going to snap it here momentarily to Stewart for the hold, and the kick by Rogers is end over end, and it's good, and EMCC leads it 10-0, and Jamari Jones just threw his 23rd touchdown pass of the season, and EMCC leads it 10-3. And we will be back in just a moment as EMCC will kick off the ICC. 10-3 is our score. Off the clock, it was the 23rd touchdown pass thrown for Jamari Jones, and it was the 4th touchdown reception through the air for Zias Perryman from 9 yards out, and EMCC leads it 10-3. 1:37 to go on the clock here in the first quarter of play. Peyton Rogers checks his kick team. He's ready to kick it away, and he comes up on it at the 35. And it's end over end, and it's going to be taken by Watts inside the 15-year hash, out across the 20, gets outside the numbers at the 30, and he's going to be hit, knocked out of bounds around the 25-yard line. And that's Kel Williams who's going to make the tackle, and they throw a penalty flag. I didn't think he hit him out of bounds.
He was close to the line. That's tough. That's tough on a defensive player because he really doesn't have a choice but make contact with him. And
yeah, because if he tight ropes the sideline and gets past you, you give up the touchdown.
That's right.
Or at least a lot more yardage. The officials are going to huddle up, and here's the call from McNeely. Yeah, that's a bad call. Of course, he was standing right there, but even sometimes it's difficult when it's so close like that.
Had 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, and if you've got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you don't throw that flag.
No, I don't think so either. I think it was a bad call.
So they're going to place the football at the 49-yard line, so they're a yard away from being in EMCC territory. So after the return and the penalty yardage, ICC is set up. Falk in the shotgun. Watts flanked off his right shoulder. He's going to fake it to him. He throws it to Shangren across the way, and he catches it on the screen pass. Breaks one tackle, can't the second, as he gets to the sideline and gets inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 7. Jeremy Mack Jr. is going to spin him down across the way from us on the far sideline next to the EMCC bench. 2nd and 3 will be the down and distance.
Itawamba knows they're going to have a hard time blocking that front four of East Mississippi, so they're having to throw it quick and get the ball out to the receivers and give them a chance to make a play.
Here's the snap from inside the 45, and Falk's just going to take it himself, and he's going to lose yardage back at the 46, so that's going to be a loss of 2 on the play. Drew Tuazama is going to make the TFL. We read out the stat, 52 tackles for loss for EMCC this season coming into this game, which is just outstanding stats for a defensive unit. 35 seconds and counting in the first quarter. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. So it's 2 tackles for loss, so they're up to 54. So ICC is going to have it now with a 3rd and 5. Ball middle of the field down to the 46 of EMCC. Inside pressure and getting rid of it quickly, and Brooks couldn't catch it. It bounced up to him around the 48-yard line of EMCC. It's incomplete, so it's a 4th and 5. And once again, EMCC comes up big again defensively, and coming out to kick this one away is Prince Nixon.
Pressure right up the middle, and Itawamba's having a hard time blocking that front 4.
That's Price Nixon, I beg your pardon, who will stand inside his own 40. Ball's going to be placed middle of the field at the 46-yard line of EMCC. Zach Patterson will have his heels on the 10, middle of the field. Waiting the snap back. It's a rainbow snap back. It's going to go over his head inside the 30, and he turns around and just falls on it. And EMCC is going to have it at the 27-yard line of ICC. Wow. What a mistake. So EMCC is going to have it at the ICC 27-yard line with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter, up by 7, 10-3.
You don't ever know who your deep snapper is until he sails one over the punter's head. He gets famous because of that.
Well, in his defense, it is raining. It's a wet field. It's a wet ball, and I'm certain they practiced that this week, though, knowing that the rain was coming in. And coming in is Monte Spivey. And it is Howard who's checked in. They fake the give to him, and they throw it over the middle, and it's caught and then hit hard immediately as Patterson at the 10-yard line. And that's enough for a first down. And that is Jontarius Henderson, I beg your pardon. Darian Hobbs absolutely leveled Henderson as soon as he caught the ball, Coach. It's enough for a first down, and it's a first and goal situation caught between the numbers and the hash on the far side.
Really a good throw, and a great catch right in the middle of traffic. And And it might have been an RPO. I don't know if it was an RPO or run pass option, which is a term in football today. And that appeared to be what it was. And Jones made a really good throw, and what a catch to get hit right at the last minute like that.
You didn't do the RPO much when you were the head coach at Mississippi State, did you?
We did it. We just didn't call it RPO.
Right. 10-3 is our score at the end of one. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter with the EMCC a first and goal from the ICC 10 as they move from the south end of the field to the north end, and they put 15 minutes on the clock on the scoreboard. This is the EMCC Football Network.
Thank you all. Clearing the field, ready for play.
I had them on the field down here, and they were going to play. So you can't do that. That's Perryman.
Man in motion from right to left on first down and goal to go from the 10-yard line. They give it to Perryman. He dances up the middle. He's going to be tripped as he gets inside the 10 between the tackles, and he doesn't get very much, maybe a half yard, so it's going to bring up a second and goal to go from near the 9.5-yard line as Parker Little will make the tackle for ICC. Just underway in the second quarter, 14:40 and counting. 10-3 is our score. EMCC on top, trying to tack on to that. Trips wide side of the field to the right. Here's the shotgun snap on second and goal from the 9, and the little quick slant play is caught inside the 5 down to about the 3-yard line. And still on the ground is the receiver, and that's Barnett who makes the reception. Peyton Ray will make the tackle, and looks like Barnett is hurt. Little quick slant play just inside the 5, and it was caught and then dropped immediately was Barnett, and he's a little shaken up, but he's going to come up to his feet on his own accord, and he's hobbling as he's going to walk off the field, and he might need a little bit of assistance. Coach, we were talking about it during the break. You said, yeah, you had the RPO. You didn't call it that. It was the triple option.
Yeah, we called it triple option back then.
Yep.
That's really what it is now. It's a double option RPO. The quarterback can either hand it off, run it, or pass it. And he makes that option, make that decision, run, pass option.
You're glad you didn't give it up when you ran for that 2-point conversion to beat Memphis.
There wasn't no option on that. There wasn't no option. They just run and
Rocky right, yeah.
Rocky right, and get in the end zone.
Yeah. What a tough run. I love watching that over and over and over. So it's now third down and goal from the 3-yard line. Ethan Connor in a quarterback takes a snap, and he goes right up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown, Ethan Connor. And that is going to be his, not first touchdown. Ethan Connor on the ground has his 5th touchdown. He has yet to throw one. He's looking at the wrong stat, but he's got his 5th on the ground this season. It seems like every time they bring him in there, he gets into the end zone. And Ethan Connor from Columbus gives EMCC a 16-3 lead with 14:01 to go here in the first half. We'll await the snap back here momentarily from short. Stewart makes sure that Rogers is ready. He calls for the football. High snap, pull down. And it is a bullet end over end that goes straight through the uprights, and it's 17-3. EMCC on top by 2 touchdowns with 14:01 to go here in the first half. We'll be back in just a moment with a kick. This is the EMCC Football Network. Getting into the end zone, it was a 3-yard touchdown run for Ethan Connor with 14:01 to go here on the clock in the second quarter. And EMCC about to kick it off from right to left to ICC as the rain is really coming down here in Fulton. It's been coming in intervals. Watts is going to be on the right hash, and here on the near side is R.J. Wilson. And it's going to be a high end-over-end kick that's going to go over the goal line into the end zone, into the A. And Indians in the north end zone, and so it's a touchback. And 1st and 10 from their own 25. ICC will have it, moving left to right. Ethan Connor, coach, is that guy that's coming in a Wildcat situation. Obviously, as a quarterback, though, he's quarterback at Columbus High School, and it's just been so tough to keep out of the end zone. He's got those long legs, and he keeps them churning. Kind of reminds me in a lot of ways of Cam Newton in certain situations when he gets inside the 5-yard line. And
he's a guy like that inside the 5-yard line. It's really, really hard for a defense to stop.
And ICC had trouble stopping it just a moment ago. Brooks, I beg your pardon, back out there at running back is Wilson. And they leave it with Wilson to go straight up the middle, out across the 25, up to the 26-yard line. R.J. Wilson is going to get a gain of 1, and it'll bring up now a 2nd down and 9 situation. Rain is really coming down with 13:46 to go here in the first half. Brendan Leary is going to knock him off his feet. Ball's going to be placed middle of the field.
Itawamba's having a hard time blocking East Mississippi. That front 4 and linebackers, and I wouldn't want to be a quarterback and having to play it, against that front, because they're hard to block.
Snap it from their own 26 to Falk. He's going to decide to run it up the middle. He's going to be caught from behind as he gets out across the 30-yard line up to about the 32. So that's going to be a gain of 7 on the play, and he's going to be shy of the first down. Kendarius Smith will make the tackle. He's got 2 yards to go. So 6-yard gain for Dylan Falk. Officially, Twins wide side of the field, near side. Ball placed towards the left hash at the 32-yard line. He's got to get to the 35 for a first down. So it's 3rd down and 3, and coming around the near side behind right guard, and is going to dive out across the 35 to move the chains. His fault.
Last two plays have been quarterback run. Quarterback draw on 2nd down, and then 3rd down right there to quarterback power. So that's one way they're able to even out the numbers and move the balls with the quarterback running game.
Falk shouts out some instructions to his offensive line. They come over the football now at the 36.5-yard line on 1st down and 10, their own 36. Here's the snap. They're going to leave it on the ground, going behind left guard this time, and towards the far hash, getting up to about the 39 is Wilson again. So that's going to be a gain of at least 3 on the play. So that'll bring up now a 2nd down and 7 situation. Clock at 12 minutes to go in the first half. Elijah Davis will make the stop for the Lions.
Ran the zone read to the running back and got 3 or 4 tough yardage there.
17-3, EMCC on top. And you wonder at some point when they're going to try to slow things down. It looks like they're doing that a little bit here offensively now. Play clock is going to be down to 10. They'll snap it then in the shotgun. They fake the give. It's the RPO. They throw it near side to Shangren, and he's going to slip down once he makes the catch, and he may lose a yard back to the 38. At least there's no gain on the play. Jeremy Mack Jr. in on defense.
Yeah, they had the numbers there. Quarterback looked like he read the defense and then threw the bubble pass out here to the slot receiver, and he just wasn't able to get slip down before he had a chance to make any yardage.
It would have been tough. He didn't have much of a bubble either, Coach, on that bubble screen, as you mentioned. 11:05 rather to go here in the first half. 17-3 EMCC on top. ICC with 8 to snap it. Ball placed on the near hash. They lost a yard, so it's 3rd down and 8, and they throw it near side. Caught. First down Moore. Gets outside the numbers up to the 45-yard line, and making the reception is Brooks. And knocking him off his feet is going to be Cam McCullum here on the near side. Oh, I beg your pardon. I thought he got the first down. Thought he got just enough for the first down. He did not, so it's a 4th down and 1 situation. They're going to go for it.
They're going to go for it.
EMCC with a 4-man front. Here's the snap from the 45, and Falk has the first down as he goes up the near hash. It gets out across midfield into Lion territory at the 48-yard line.
Ran the quarterback power again, pulling the backside guard and with the running back leading, kicking out. So made a good 5-yard gain there.
Lee Koba with another tackle. He leads the team in tackles, had 67 coming in. That's just amazing. Through 8 games.
You want to know where he is every snap.
Absolutely.
If you're the offensive coordinator or the quarterback.
From the EMCC 48, shotgun snap, pressure coming from up the middle. He just unloads, trying to find Shangren near sideline 23. Throws it out of bounds, incomplete. Shangren gave it a ride, but with 10:03, with the clock stopped now in the second quarter, it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 from the Lion 48 near hash.
Really the first time they've tried to throw the ball deep, it seems like, and I was waiting for that because they haven't really tried to threaten East Mississippi deep. It was the first time they did that.
Drew Tuazama with the inside pressure for EMCC, and he had to get rid of it quickly. 2nd down and 10 to go from the 48-yard line of EMCC. Wide side of the field to the left. Inside pressure again, and they hit him and drop him for a sack this time. Back at the 48-yard line of ICC. And that's going to be a loss on the play. Jeremy Mack Jr. comes up with the sack for the Lions.
Mack was lined up on the slot guy and really acting like he was going to cover him, and he came off the corner and made the tackle, made the blitz.
EMCC showing a little confusion there to ICC offensively. It's a loss of 4. And it's going to bring up now a 3rd and 14 situation from their own 48 ball near hash.
East Mississippi is mainly a 4-man rush, but at times they will bring outside pressure like that, whether it be the corner from the boundary or the safety from the field.
Shotgun formation, the snap. Falk steps up, rolls near side. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 49-yard line, so he's going to gain about at least a half yard, and that's going to bring up 4th down now. Joshua at 23 makes the Brandon Larry makes the tackle.
Good,
no worries.
Good pressure
there.
there.
That can't be right.
Good pressure there. Only brought a 4-man rush, and East Mississippi stayed back in the zone and really did a great job in coverage then.
Brandon Larry comes and just makes an arm tackle really that time, Coach, and he slips up Falk around the 48.5-yard line. Zach Patterson will stand near hash inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And on the snap back to Nixon, there's a penalty flag. And
there was a good snap that time, though.
Yeah, it was.
Good snap. He learned, I guess that's the same snapper as it was before.
I'm assuming so.
I believe it is.
The rain has stopped. That's going to be in his benefit. Ball's still going to be slick, though. I don't guess it matters if it's raining or not. As long as the field and the ball are wet, it's going to make it for a tough snapback, I'm sure. Once again, they practiced that all week.
This is probably the first game this season that we've had a little some rain, I believe.
During a game. At least for EMCC it is. So they'll mark it off to the 43 on the false start. Here's the snap back to Nixon. He gets his right foot into it. It's a wobbly kick. It's going to bounce outside the numbers inside the 30-yard line and goes out of bounds near the 25. but they're going to say it goes out around the 26 as the near side official comes up and marks it out. EMCC will have it at their own 26, moving from right to left with 8:31 to go in the second quarter, leading 17-3. And a touchdown here would be good and eat up some time off that clock.
Well, there's, the short passing game has really been benefit East Mississippi. Being able to throw the bubble, throw the screen, and get the ball out of your hand because Itawamba has mixed up the blitz and tried to put pressure on Jones. And the short passing game has been the big key to being able to move the ball.
EMCC with 104 passing yards. A snap from the 26, and they're going to leave it with Spivey. Goes around the right side. Between the tackles, he's going to be tripped up around the 27-yard line. Toronto Brookins the second. That's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 9 situation. So it's 2nd and 9 after the gain of 1. Ball is going to be placed middle of the field. They fake the give to Spivey, throwing it near side, and going between the numbers and the hash is going to be Duke Miller, and he's going to get it up to around the 35-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down.
Ran the bubble to the boundary and made about a 9-yard gain.
And making the tackle is going to be Zadarius Steen. So it's 3rd down and 1. Ball placed near hash at the 35-yard line. 7:38 counting clock in the second quarter. Jones is going to take it himself, and he's going to be hit by a sea of red jerseys as he tries to go up the middle, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Back inside the 35 at the 33-yard line. Corley Hopper will make the stop as he leads the charge. And it's going to bring up now a 4th down decision time, Coach. If you're Buddy Stevens, what do you do here?
Or you got to punt it. You're deep. You got to lead, and you're on your own 33-yard line. 4th and 3, 4th and 4. You got to punt it and get it.
Lane Kiffin would think about going for it, so that's why I posed the question. But you're exactly right. You don't want to give up a touchdown with plenty of time to go here in the first half. Snap back to Rogers. That's a beautiful high spiral. It's going to back up the return man around the 25. He takes it, and he's going to be corralled and stopped before he could get to the 30-yard line. 41-yard kick for Peyton Rogers. Sandgren with the return. Lawrence Sullivan Jr. will make the stop. He got about, 3 yards on the return?
That was a good punt.
Yeah.
Good punt, really good coverage by the sprinters. Really got down there. I think Itawamba came after the punt a little bit. Wanted to put some pressure on him, but he was able to get it off pretty safe.
So Peyton Rogers along a 44, 3 yards away from equaling his long, 4 yards away from overtaking that. Joe break screen near side, caught 30-yard line at the numbers, up to 35, and staying on his feet up around the 40 and across the 40, and that's going to be enough for a first down. And making the reception is going to be Wilson. Lee Koba is going to knock him off his feet, but that's a first down. Looking at ICC, after getting the first down, that's their 5th first down of this first half. EMCC, if you're keeping score at home, has 6. Ball placed on the near hash at the 41-yard line. Falk looks left, comes back right. Shangren's going to catch it on the screen pass. He's going to dance around some white jerseys and gets out across the 45 up to about the 47-yard line. And making the tackle, Lee Koba. Lee Koba leading the team in tackles coming in. Certainly will probably still be leading the team in tackles once this season is well over, even if it's a late run in the playoffs. Not many get too close to him. So it's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 3 after the gain of 7. Ball placed near hash at the 48 of ICC. Falk with a shotgun snap. Hit in the backfield, dropped. And that is Watts, who is going to be knocked off his feet. Trey Lane coming from that left side, Coach, is going to hit him.
Oh, he hit him by the time he got the ball. Quarterback handed the ball. Looked like just a simple handoff out of the shotgun. And East Mississippi was in the backfield. Almost got the handoff before the running back did.
Lang has lived in the backfield. Leads the team in sacks coming into this contest. 5:11 to go here in the second quarter. 17-3. EMCC with the lead. So it's a 3rd down and 6 after the loss of 3 on the tackle for loss. 3-man front for EMCC. Falk, shotgun snap, surveys the field, and shifts to his left, squares, fires, intercepted at the 40-yard line, out across the 45, gets to the numbers near side at midfield, and then going to be taken inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. Oh, my goodness, Jamori Evans with the interception, and now we have a penalty flag. And I was wondering why the EMCC coaching staff was reacting negatively here to my right. I'm like, it's an interception, but they're going to say it's going to be a late hit on Brandon Larry on the quarterback. Wow. So Brandon Larry's going to be flagged for the late hit on the quarterback, and that's going to give ICC an automatic first down and 15 yards. Goodness.
You know, only brought a 3-man rush and was still able to get pressure on the quarterback, and apparently he hit him up in the above the neck.
Yeah, I was going to say he hit him as he threw. So technically not a late hit, but
must have hit him high.
17-3 EMCC on top, but ICC is driving. They have the ball down to the EMCC 40 after the Jamori Evans interception was just negated. You know, nobody's more sick than Larry and Evans over that whole situation. Ball placed on the near hash at the Lion 40-yard line. Shotgun snap to Falk, leaves it with Brooks, goes straight up the middle. That's Wilson, I beg your pardon, who gets back to the line of scrimmage, but not much there. Lee Koba, and on the stop again for EMCC. He really didn't have an adjustment period coming from Syracuse down to EMCC, and granted, you would think if you're playing at that level, then obviously you're used to game speed and stuff because it's even faster at the Division I level. But there's still an adjustment period playing with new teammates and with a new coaching staff, and he just came firing out of the cannon from the start. So 2nd down and 10 from the 40-yard line near hash of EMCC. Falk in the shotgun. Has twin receivers either side of the formation. He'll take the snap, and now we have a penalty flag and whistles. EMCC comes in there and knocks the ball away from him, but it's going to be a false start, so it's going to bring up now a 2nd and 15 situation. Oh, goodness, and that's going to be Yaman Jackson, a receiver, a freshman from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We're under 4 to play here in the first half, 17-3. Coach, you coached some SEC games in Baton Rouge before, even when you were with Mississippi State and Arkansas.
I've been to Tiger Stadium a few times.
And as a player as well.
Coach.
2nd and 15, inside pressure. Falk looked like he was about to fall forward when he stumbled. Goes around left side, hit and drop. Kel Williams comes up and makes a huge tackle for loss out across the 45 and back to the 47-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
Good play right there by Williams. He looked like they were going to gain some yardage that time. He came up, made a really good tackle, and got him down.
Loss of 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 17 situation from Eaton Field. 3:10 to go before halftime. 17-3. Speaking of Baton Rouge and LSU, we'll have an SEC update coming up at the half. Twins either side of the field. Ball placed left hash on 3rd and 17. Backing up inside his own 45, getting to midfield, tucking it, and it's going to be hit and dropped around the 45 and wrestled down at the 44-yard line. They're going to say his knee goes down at the 45. Case in Boston will get the official tackle for EMCC, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 15 situation. So he gets those 2 yards back, does Falk. Clock's going to roll with 2:34 here in the 2nd quarter. And coming out to punt this one away will be Price Nixon. He's been really good this season. He's punted for 1,600 yards coming in on 46 punts, averaging 36.3 a kick. He's been 18 inside the 20, has a chance to get his 19th. Snap from the 45 of EMCC, gets his right foot into it, and it's a wobbly kick that's going to bounce, and it's going to go inside the 20-yard line and out of bounds at around the 15. So there he goes. That's his 19th. Punt inside the 20-yard line, and the clock's going to stop with 2:10 to go. Obviously, EMCC's not going to play this conservative, Coach, to get into the half up 2 touchdowns. They're going to try to go get some points on the board.
Well, no doubt. I mean, you like to end the half on a good note and hit the lead, and but along with that, you want to make sure you don't give Itawamba a chance here late in the first half, being up 17-3.
Zias Perriman off to the right of Jones, who's in the shotgun. Will take the snap. He hands it off to him. Perriman comes around the left side, gets outside the numbers, and is going to be stopped around the 18-yard line. So that's going to be a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up now a 2nd down and 7, making the tackle Reggie Wilburn.
You like to get a first down or two and get the ball, get the ball closer to midfield, and then you have a chance to maybe get some points on the board.
Haven't read any live reads, Coach, because they fell out the window and they're all wet, and I'm afraid to touch them. But basketball season's around the corner. We'll tell you how you can get season tickets in a moment. 2nd down and 7. Great protection. Now stepping up in a wide open pocket. Now tucking it and running it across the middle and sliding as he gets out across the 30 between the hashes is Jones, and he'll have enough for the first down. Brandon Farley will make the stop. Jamari Jones now coming up to the line of scrimmage, going to get up under center at the 30-yard line, and he's going to clock it with 1:20 to go.
We used those 2 timeouts early in the game, which hurts us. But what a run by Jones. Jones is he's already shown what he can do throwing the football, and right there you can see what he can do running the ball and making a play from the pocket.
He'll be in the shotgun. Trips wide side of the field to the right. Single receiver at the numbers near side. Jones throws it over on the left side and the right side, incomplete. He was looking for Jontarius Henderson between the numbers and the hash at around the 34-yard line, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 with 1:16 to go in the first half. Basketball season begins very soon, and your Lions men's and women's basketball teams will be hitting the court for season and single game tickets. Call 476-5000. That's 662-476-5000 and order yours today. 3rd down and 10. Clock stopped with 1:16 to go in the first half from their own 30. Here's the snap. They'll leave it on the ground and going straight up the middle out across the 30 is Spivey, and he is going to stay on his feet finally until they wrestle him down at the 25, but forward progress gets him to the 31. And R.J. Wilson will make the stop. 1:08 to go here in the first half. Timeout is called. And I believe the ICC is the one that's going to call the timeout. Looks like that's what they indicated. Yeah, ICC calls the timeout. Back in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network. ICC called the timeout because it's 4th down. And here's the kick by Peyton Rogers. Shangren is going to step away from it around the 30-yard line, his own 30, and it's going to roll dead around the 26 of ICC. So with 57 seconds to go, after the 43-yard punt by Peyton Rogers, beautiful punt by Peyton. He had a 41-yarder just a moment ago and now a 43-yarder. He's kicked the ball well in these tough, cool, rainy conditions, although the rain has stopped for now. Coach, I have a feeling we'll see another spell of showers here in just a bit. It's starting to feel like late October.
Yeah, as a football player, you don't mind this weather, because you've been playing in September when it's been so hot, and this is really football weather like you grew up loving. This is one reason you love playing football.
Ball placed middle of the field at the 26-yard line. Wilson's going to be flanked off the right shoulder of Falk, who'll stand in the shotgun. Twin receivers either side of the field. Or formation, I should say, and he throws it out in the flat near side of the screen pass. It's incomplete to Wilson around the 23. And that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. We'll stop the clock with 53.5 seconds, so not many seconds ticked off the clock.
East Mississippi is really playing back. They're not going to give them a chance to make a big play right here before half.
Lions going to go with a 4-man front. Shotgun formation for Falk. He'll snap it from the 26 on 2nd and 10. And going straight up the middle is going to be Wilson. And he's going to be stopped, and making the tackle is Devin Lofton. 38 seconds. Wilson, a gain of 3 yards there, so it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and long 7 situation with 27 seconds, 26 seconds, and I think ICC kind of rethinking this one here. They're letting a lot of time go off the clock. There's 12 to snap it, 18 before halftime, and it's a county clock, but they're going to have to at least run one play. Shotgun snap. They'll leave it on the ground. Going straight up the middle is Watts. He gets out across the 30 up to about the 33. And they're going to stop the clock because of an EMCC calls the timeout. Brandon Larry with the tackle. The Lions call a timeout because
got an injured player on the field.
And that's going to force a punt because a fourth down situation is coming up with 3.8, basically 4 seconds to go in the first half. We'll give you a scoring summary. We'll get Coach Rocky Felker's thoughts on the first half. We'll take a break and then have SEC update for you once we officially get to the half. Chris Coleman, our sideline reporter, not here tonight. He has high school football duties on the sidelines on the radio, and not only that, his son is playing for Choctaw County. Same reason why Glenn Beard is not here. He's doing play-by-play for the Chargers, and his son is playing as well. And I don't know who the injured player is. We can't tell, as there's a crowd of folks around him, and he's laying on his back. But hope to get those guys back next week, but it's an honor to have Rocky Felker in the booth once again here on the EMCC Football Network. The 1974 SEC Player of the Year, quarterback for Mississippi State, also the head football coach there several years later, and then was the offensive coordinator at Arkansas when those guys were pretty good there in the mid-'90s.
Well, we did win the West in '95, and that had a lot of good memories of
beat the Bulldogs
of all the places. Yeah, beat the Bulldogs in '95, and I was the most time I pulled for the Bulldogs, but that particular year I didn't.
For sure. Brooks is the injured party as he's coming to the near side, being helped off. That is Jamal Brooks, by the way, the freshman running back from Ripley High School, 5'11", 225. He's been a load for defenses to deal with, and looks like it's a lower body injury.
Yeah, I got a lot of great memories of coming up here to Fulton. Of course, I played ball with Mike Eaton, and the stadium's named after Mike Eaton. And, Pernell McPhee and Darius Slay, who played for the Bulldogs.
Yep.
Of course, we've had a lot of players from East Mississippi also.
Price will punt this one away. Rice Nixon, that is, and penalty flags fly. Every time he seems like there's a snap, they blow whistles and throw the yellow hanky. It's a false start. Boy, they've really had too many false starts as ICC here in the second quarter, and in particular on punt team. So now creeping up to midfield is going to be Zach Patterson. 4 seconds is on the game clock. They had 3.8. Now they got 4 seconds. And I'm being told, now they move it to 6 seconds on the game clock. Patterson will stand inside midfield in his own territory. Now he's going to walk up to the 50-yard line stripe. Price Nixon calls for the football, and it's a high floater back to him. He gets it. Now he's going to run it. Coming around the near side, penalty flag flies, and they're going to trip him up around the 30-yard line, which doesn't matter because all he was doing was preventing EMCC from getting a big return, and it's going to be a hold on ICC. Jaden Matthews will make the tackle for EMCC. It's going to be a hold on ICC, and then the white hat, who is Brad McNeely, is going to go explain things to Buddy Stevens. And you have that option. Yeah. And Gavin Gilbert, our statistician, is telling us that we can take that penalty on the kickoff because ICC is going to get the opening kickoff of the second half. They had deferred. So here's Brad McNeely making the call. So they're going to repeat fourth down here. So he's going to take the penalty, so they're going to have to kick it again. And they may just run it again. It's one untimed down. As the clock has stopped, there's zeros on the clock here as we should be at half here momentarily. One untimed down. Patterson is going to creep up now to the 45 of ICC. So Nixon is back with his toes on the 5-yard line. The cheerleaders and band chanting block that kick. It's going to be interesting to see if they do kick it, and they will. And it's going to be a wobbly kick. It's going to be kicked away from Zach Patterson and kicked down to bounds. The smart play and does not give him a chance to hurt him. 17-3. EMCC is going to lead it here at the half. Your thoughts, Coach Felker, on the first half?
East Mississippi's defense has been dominant, been the difference in the first half.
Yeah.
You know, Itawamba has given East Mississippi some problems, but mainly the East Mississippi defense is just putting so much pressure that, you know, that the score is 17-3. Itawamba hadn't been able to get on the board, and East Mississippi offense has been able to produce enough big plays to get those 17 points.
We'll take a look at the scoring summary. It was Peyton Rogers who got EMCC on the board with 6:10 to go in the first quarter, completing a 10-play, 28-yard drive, 3 minutes and 44 seconds off the clock. It was a 23-yard field goal to make it 3-0 Lions. It was set up by a 38-yard interception return for Jeremy Mack Jr. With 4:48 to go in the first quarter, it was Shane Lasher who tied things up for ICC, completing a 5-play, 54-yard drive, one play for 54 yards, by the way, 1 minute and 17 off the clock. It was a 37-yard field goal to tie the contest at 3 apiece. Then it was Jones to Perryman with 1:37 to go in the first quarter from 9 yards out to make it 10-3 after the PAT, completing a 7-play, 75-yard drive, 3 minutes and 11 seconds off the clock. And then Ethan Connor extended the lead with his legs, a 3-yard touchdown run around the left side, making it 17-3 after the PAT with 14:01 to go in the first half. And that's where we stand here at the half. EMCC with the lead. We'll be back in 1 minute with SEC Update. This is the EMCC football.
crowd there tomorrow to remember that.
No doubt. Rocky Felker is our color analyst, former Mississippi State quarterback and head football coach, former offensive coordinator at Arkansas. You also did that at Tulsa. You've coached at Alabama. You've kind of been around the SEC, and we appreciate your insight on the conference. We've got 1 minute before we kick things off here in the second half, and the rain looks like it is a driving monsoon, but I was out in it just a moment ago, and it is not coming down as hard as it looks. It looks like a September gale out here, but the temperatures are borderline cool yet comfortable. And your second half keys as we get ready for the second half kickoff for EMCC here, leading 17-3 at the half.
I think the big thing defensively, continue to do what you did the first half. Don't give anything big to Itawamba, make them earn everything they get. And they're going to have a hard time going the length of the field against that defense of East Mississippi. And then offensively, we just got to continue not turning the ball over. Passing game was big. Jones had a good first half, made some key passes. And really when Itawamba came after us on the blitz, Jones was able to take advantage of that and make some big plays to help get the 17 points on the board.
Well, EMCC not late getting out here for the second half kickoff. They have to kick it off from left to right in this rain. And I said it wasn't coming down that hard, but, man, it is just so hard to believe that because it looks like it is a driving monsoon as that wind and water is in the lights. And EMCC is going to be kicking into that breeze and into the rain. Back deep to receive. Near side is Watts once again at the 5-yard line. And on the far side at the hash, R.J. Wilson, he'll stand along the 10-yard line. Peyton Rogers is going to kick it off to the Indians from left to right as he has it teed up at the 35-yard line. They put 15 minutes on the board, and we're ready to go. The Starkville native gets his foot under it, and it's going to be a sky kick that's going to bounce out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And that draws the yellow laundry, and that means they'll have it at their own 35 ICC here momentarily. As the ball is kicked out of bounds, and that's an infraction. 17-3, EMCC on top here in this first part and early stages of the third quarter. So if you are facing this EMCC defense that's just been so good up front, we know that they're trying to get it out quickly, the ball out there on the edges. But what can you do? What kind of adjustments can you make if you're ICC here in the second half?
Well, the quarterback run was a good play they ran, whether it be the draw play or the here's the zone option there, handing the ball off and getting 4 yards.
Yeah, Wilson, good play-by-play, by the way, Coach Felker, getting up to the 37-yard line. So that's going to bring up now a second down and long. Drew Tuazama is going to knock the ball carrier, which is R.J. Wilson, off his feet after a gain of 3 on the play officially.
Of course, Itawamba doesn't huddle. They look to the sideline for the play. They line up, and everybody's looking to the sideline for the play, and not really trying to go real fast, though.
Wilson off to the left of Falk, who stands in the shotgun. Twin receivers to the right. He'll take a snap this wide of him, but he pulls it down with his right hand, goes around the right side. He's going to stutter step up the middle between the hashes, out across the 40 and the 45, and he's going to get up to the 48-yard line, and that's enough for a first down. Dylan Falk's going to be taken down by the middle linebacker, Lee Koba. Koba's just all over the field, but Falk went around the right side. And here's the thing, that snap just about got past him to his right.
It did, and boy, he made a good run, made a good run to get the first down.
Gain of 10 on the play, and that's a 1st and 10 from their own 48. A run pass option here on the near side. They throw it. It's complete after being bobbled, making the receptions Chris Howard. Knocking him out of bounds for EMCC is Trey Lang.
Throwing the bubble to the boundary, and I didn't think he was going to come up and make the catch, but he bobbled it and held on to it.
He bobbled it as he spun his body around going upfield, and he has a gain of 2 on the play up to midfield. So in AMCC territory is ICC. We haven't called that out an awful lot tonight. 3-man front for the Lions, 13-28 and counting in the third quarter. 17-3, EMCC's on top. Flushed out of the pocket to the right, trying to run behind one of his big offensive linemen, and he runs into him as he's being chased from behind. And Devin Yarl Lofton uses the aid of that offensive lineman to slow Falk down and catch him from behind for a yard loss.
Boy, Lofton can really run. He came off the edge there and ran the quarterback down. Made a really good tackle.
So it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and long situation. Loses yardage back to the 47-yard line. They look to the near side, as Coach mentioned. There's 11 on the play clock. Ball on the right hash, trips wide side of the field near side. 12:47 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Faulk with the snap back to pass, pocket collapses. Now he runs up the middle, and they level him around the 49-yard line, but a penalty flag flies.
Here's
around the
Lofton
42.
again. They can't block Lofton off the edge, and the only way they could, they had to hold him to keep him out away from the quarterback.
And it's going to be a hold on ICC. The penalty is declined. It's going to bring up a 4th down and 8 situation from the 49-yard line. Or did they give him midfield? And there's an injured ICC Indian around the 49-yard line.
That's the quarterback?
Yeah, that's Falk, who got hit really, really hard. As I mentioned, leveled him around the 49. And they're going to attend to him across the way. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification for our EMCC network. This is the EMCC Football Network. They're letting run for a touchdown, but somebody comes and hits him.
He
That's
put
what
a
that
he
looked
put a
like.
move on those first two guys. He thinks he's free. He thinks he just escaped, and he got clobbered.
EMCC will have it at the 37, their own 37. Jones all day to throw. Throws it at the numbers around the 43, and it's going to be complete. And making the catch is Zach Patterson, and Keaton Kager is going to make the tackle for ICC. That's going to be enough for 5 yards, so second down and medium. Jones in the shotgun. Perriman's going to be flanked off to his left. Shotgun snap. Here it comes. A pass on the near side. Bubble screen to Patterson. The 40 stays on his feet at the numbers across midfield and gets down to the 45-yard line of ICC. That bubble screen has really worked for Zach Patterson, hasn't it?
Did a good job right there, getting it in his hands. He got 2 blockers out wide. Both wide outs were blocking for him, and the number game, there wasn't enough people. There wasn't anybody out there that wasn't getting blocked. So he made a good run on it.
Peyton Ray will make the tackle, and it's a first down 10 to go from the 45 near hash of ICC for EMCC. Shotgun snap, RPO on the play action. They throw it to Acca on the left side. He catches it at the sideline around the 42-yard line. So that'll be a plus gain. Antonio Thompson will make the tackle. So Acca, the leading receiver on this team from Starkville High School, makes the catch, and they're going to place the football down at the 41-yard line. So gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. 8:37 and counting in the third quarter. Lions up by 14, 17-3. Trips wide side of the field, near side. Raising his right leg is Jones. On the snap, throws it near side to Acca. Caught on the bubble screen. He's got it inside the 40 between the hash and the numbers. Still on his feet near the 30-yard line, and he's going to go down around the 31. That's enough for another first down. Acca again with the reception, and it's a first down reception. Making the tackle is going to be Dominic Taylor for ICC.
4 passes in a row, Jason. I think that's really the best way to attack Itawamba's defense is just throw the ball. And
they're going on those long handoff, kind of those little screen plays.
That's right.
Down to the 31. Trips wide side of the field left. Moving left to right. 8:02 to go in the third quarter. Lions up 17-3, knocking on the door. They'll snap it from the ICC 31. Play action. They throw it left side. It's caught by Acca again inside the 30 at the numbers. Down to the 27, and I think when it's all said and done, he may go down around the 26. Making the tackle, C.J. Johnson for EMCC. And that's another medium gain of 5 yards for the Lions.
This has been one of the best drives of the game for East Mississippi.
All passes, short passes. It's kind of like the air raid dink and dunk. Trips have come to the wide side of the field near side as the ball's placed on the left hash at the 26-yard line on 2nd and 5. Down to the ICC 26 inside. Handoff and exploding inside the 20, inside the 15, the Spivey inside the 10, outside the numbers near the 5-yard line. Still on his feet as he gets close to the pylon, but he's just shy. Where are they going to mark him out, Coach?
I think he got to the 1-yard line.
Wow. I didn't know if he stepped out around the 2 or 3, and Hopper is going to make the stop.
I think he is more like the 4-yard line.
Yeah. But he spun around and hit that pylon.
Made a lot of effort, broke a tackle too. I thought he was going to get in the end zone.
Ethan Connor has come in. He already has a rushing touchdown. Hurt here in the contest with ICC. Snap from the 4 on 1st and goal. He goes behind right guard and tries to bully his way down to the 3, and that's all they're going to give him. They may not give him the 3-yard line. It depends on the spot. And making the tackle for ICC is Corley Hopper again. We have an injured EMCC Lion. And I think that is 50 for EMCC, Terdarius Griffin.
That's the one thing you hate about a game like this is getting hurt because, next week is so big. And
yes.
And you want to leave here with a healthy football team.
So we'll pause 30 seconds for a timeout. This is the EMCC Football Network. The 10-yard line, and it looks like he's favoring that left leg. And they're going to assist him to the near side or far sideline, I beg your pardon. So Griffin doesn't look like he's going to be in the rest of this series. EMCC will have now a second down and goal to go from the 4. No gain, by the way, for Ethan Connor, the freshman from Columbus, Mississippi, who has 5 rushing touchdowns. And when Connor comes in, he's not handing it off. He's not throwing it. He's running it. And defenses know that, and they haven't been able to stop it so far. They did stop him for no gain just a moment ago, did this ICC defense. 6:38 to go here in the third quarter. Griffin is at the numbers around the 20, so it's going to take another second for him to get off the field. By the way, it's going to be an internet-only broadcast next week with our airtime at 1:30, 2 o'clock is the kickoff. EMCC is hosting either or. I mean, it could be Mississippi Gulf Coast, could be Jones, could be Hines. More than likely, I think it's going to be Hines. And during this next break, we're going to pull up the scores and pass them along when we come back. Second and goal to go from the 4, ball near hash. Here's the snap as Jones comes back into the contest. He's going to be hit around the 10, escapes pressure, rolls to his left, throws it back corner, and it is caught. Touchdown, EMCC. Zach Patterson. 4-yard touchdown strike.
What a great job of scrambling and finding an open receiver.
Jamari Jones with the touchdown pass. That is his 24th of the season.
Itawamba blitzed him and had a guy come free, and Jones just made a little move and made him miss and scrambled to the left and made a good throw.
Short's going to snap it momentarily to Stewart. Here's the snap back. The hold is good. The kick is in over in and through the uprights. And it is good, and EMCC leads it 24-3 with 6:23 to go in the third quarter. Lions trying to stay undefeated for the whole season, and it would be the 5th time in school history. Back in 30 seconds, this is the EMCC Football Network. EMCC 62 yards, and they use 3 minutes and 28 seconds off the clock to score it from 4 yards out. Pitch and catch, 24th touchdown pass for Jamari Jones on the season, finding Zach Patterson, and Patterson caught his 7th touchdown this season. Coming up on it is Rogers, and he kicks it end over end, and the up back's going to call for a fair catch around the 30-yard line. And that's going to be here on the near side. And that up back is Quinn Bennett, freshman running back from Fulton. All right, Coach, let's take a look at scores from MAC play tonight. There's some big ones we want to look at tonight. We'll start off with Coahoma at East Central. 12-0 is the score. Coahoma on top of the third quarter. Jones leading Colin on the road, 14-7 in the third. Also in the third quarter, Holmes trailing Northeast 16-12. At the half, Hines leading Pearl River 7-3 on the road, and Northwest leading Mississippi Delta 37-13. So Northwest is in, EMCC is in. We're trying to see who the two will be in the South. So we're going to keep an eye on Jones and Hines, and they throw it screen pass right side, and Carter throws it incomplete. And so it's going to bring up now a second down and 10 situation. So second down and 10 to go. From their own 30-yard line, ball placed on the near hash for ICC, trailing 24-3. JUCO football is such an important piece to Division I football, Division II football, Division III football. We'll snap it here momentarily from the 30. Something looked awkward about that play, and Carter takes it around the right side after pulling it from the belly of his tailback, and he's going to slip down just across the line of scrimmage, and he gets inches, and that's going to bring up a third down and 10. Joshua Short is going to make the tackle. EMCC checking in at number 1 in the polls. Jones drops from number 1 to number 4. Hines Community College is at number 11. Mississippi Gulf Coast number 13. And
there's so many players not only go to SEC, they go all over the country. And other colleges are just coming in here in the state of Mississippi and have for years to recruit talent out of the Mississippi Junior College.
Rolling around the right side, being chased from behind. Carter doesn't realize it, and he's hit and dropped as he throws it. It's going to go incomplete. It's going to bring up a 4th and 10. With the pressure, Tate Deer from behind just about caught up with him before he got rid of the football. That's going to bring up a 4th and 10 from their own 30. So Nixon, whose leg's going to be sore after this game, is going to come out and punt it away. He gets a couple of practice kicks in as he stands inside the 20. He'll have his heels on the 15-yard line. Ball will be placed near hash. Patterson will stand at the 41, his own 41 near seam. Nixon will await the snapback. It's going to come momentarily. Play clock down to 7. It's a rainbow snapback. He gets it. And it's a high booming spiral that backing up on the left hash around the 30 as Patterson takes it out 35. Numbers 40 outside the numbers midfield down the far sideline at the 40. Still on his feet at the 30, 25, 20. And he's going to go 10, 5. And they hit him. Oh, my goodness, just before he got to the pylon. I thought he was gone, Coach, and it's going to be a 1st and goal from somewhere around the 1 or 2.
I thought you were going to put him in the end zone.
Nixon gets him. Nixon comes out of nowhere and gets him.
Boy, he did, didn't he? It's a long way to see. It's on the other side of the field, so you can't. It was hard to see, but
I didn't see Nixon. He was covered up, and Versailles comes out around the 2-yard line, and all of a sudden, I look up and somebody's hitting.
I think he thought he was
Patterson.
in the end zone too.
Yeah, I think 67 yards on the return. Thank you so much, Gavin Gilbert, helping keep things straight here stats-wise. And so it's a 1st down and goal to go from the 2. Lions up 24-3 with 5:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here comes the offense out there. They're going to bring out Jamari Jones or Ethan Connor. It looks like it's Jones.
28 next to
Howard, Marion Howard is going to be flanked off to the left of Jones. ICC looks like they're going to come after him, and then he's going to get the handoff, and Howard's going to go down to the 1-yard line, trying to get Marion into the end zone.
They got more people up front than East Mississippi can block, but just trying to get a yard to get in the end zone.
Yeah, Marion Howard has 2 touchdowns, trying to get his 3rd there. 2nd and goal from the 1. High snap pulled down, and they pull it from Howard. They go around left side to Jones, and he's going to be pushed back, and he's going to lose 2 yards back to the 3. So a 3rd down and goal coming up from the 3. Making the tackle is Breon Jordan. So 3rd down and goal to go for EMCC. 4:37 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter.
Back in the old days, you would get in the wishbone when you get inside the 5-yard line, or you get in a 2 tight end with an I formation. But the spread teams, they pretty much stay in a shotgun.
They do.
Here with 5 wideouts in the game, the ball on the 2-yard line. But that's where offensive football is nowadays.
Fade pattern on 3rd and goal, left side, knocked away. Side of the end zone, left side. The intended receiver was Barnett. C.J. Johnson deflects it. And that's going to bring up now a 4th down situation. So EMCC is going to go for the 20-yard attempt. 4:12 to go here in the 3rd quarter. So EMCC trying to tackle on 3 more to make it a 27-3 lead. 27-3 lead late 3rd quarter. Ham snap is high, but Stewart with great hands pulls it down, and Rogers puts it through the uprights, and it is 27-3 with 4:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds. This is the EMCC Football Network. By Peyton Rogers just a moment ago, extending the lead for EMCC. They wanted 4 more, though, with 4:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. And one of the things that you're doing, too, Coach, is you're trying to get ready for next week, and you want to build some momentum. You want to use this in a way as a live practice. All intents and purposes, this one's over. EMCC is going to win it. They're up too big. Their defense has played too well. But you want to play a clean final into the 3rd and into the 4th quarter. Rogers is going to kick it from left to right. It's a high sky kick. Fair catch is going to be called for at the 34-yard line at the numbers. Making the fair catch is DeMontre Bell. And he starts running with it, yeah. and you're right, Gavin, you can't run with that. Well, our team looks like this, producing and running the boards. Chuck Bentley, our station manager at WFCA, filling in at the last minute. Want to appreciate his hard work. He's doing a fantastic job. First time he's ever done this. And this is not just on WFCA, it's a network, so no pressure back there in the studios. You still have another quarter and 4 minutes. Rocky Felk, our color analyst. Gavin Gilbert is our statistician. Robert Ware, a spotter. We're missing Chris Coleman and Glenn Beard tonight. Chris Coleman is glad he's not on the sidelines here. As Carter is in the shotgun. Tylen Carter from Choctaw County will take a snap from the 35, and he goes behind right guard and gets close to the 40-yard line. He's going to say his knee went down at the 39. So it's a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 situation. Making the tackle is Tate Deer for EMCC.
Quarterback power play there. They've been able to get 3 or 4 yards every time they run that play, and it's a good play to good first down call.
Carter's going to have Wilson flanked off to his right. Single receiver at the numbers, near side twins, right side of the formation. The snap, they pull it from the belly of the tailback. Carter rolls around the right side, rushed that throw at the feet of his intended receiver, which was Brooks. Between the hash and the numbers around the 41-yard line, Jeremy Mack Jr. comes in to kind of disrupt things there.
They brought him off the edge there,
yep.
And he did it. He was in the quarterback's face right after he faked. And
well, you mentioned it, just the toughness, the physicality of EMCC up front, and just not only that, but also the speed. As we mentioned, like Jeremy Mack Jr. back there in the backfield before he could even throw it. So it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 7. Spotted the football, the 38-yard line, their own 38, middle of the field. Carter with the snap, looks to throw, tipped at the line of scrimmage, and almost intercepted at the 45-yard line by Brandon Larry. Larry has another one go through his fingertips. So Tate Deer is going to tip it at the line of scrimmage. Larry almost came up with it at the far hash around the 45-yard line, but EMCC is going to get the ball back with 3:24 to go in the 3rd. Patterson's going to stand at the 30-yard line. Carter, he's 6'1", but Tate Deer was able to get his hands up. Carter's not looked comfortable out there, understandably, in the pocket, having to fill in for Knight, the starting quarterback, and EMCC almost gets a piece of that. Patterson's going to angle to the numbers, drops it again at the 20, but nobody's around, picks it up, and then he's going to be dropped at the 20-yard line. So he was able to get nothing out of it. Almost blocking it was Joshua Aka. Quinn Bennett is going to make the tackle and stop Zach Barnett before he can get anything around the 20-yard line. So he hasn't been able to field it cleanly the last 2 punt returns, and EMCC will have it at their own 20, 80 yards to pay dirt with 3:14 to go in the 3rd quarter, up 27-3 here in this final regular season game of 2021.
Be interesting to see if they're going to run the ball or like the last drive. East Mississippi threw it every down, every possession, every down they threw it in the last possession, and it was productive.
Snap to Jones. And he's going to leave it on the ground. And going around the left side is Perryman out across the 25 up to the 26-yard line. Jalen Rush is going to make the tackle. We saw Monte Spivey start the game, but he hasn't been back in since. I wonder if it's once or twice. But he hasn't played an awful lot. It makes you wonder if he has some sort of aggravating injury going on. Coming around the near side is Perryman. He's going to get out across the 35. You just cannot tackle the young man high. And that's what ICC tried to do. And he gets up to the 36-yard line before he's run out of bounds by Dominique Taylor. But you see him, Coach, holding on to his shoulder pads, trying to drag him down. He's just got too much upper and lower body strength for that.
He's hard to tackle one-on-one.
Oh, there's no doubt. You said it best. Hard to tackle one-on-one, and that's what ICC was faced with in a couple of situations. First down run, 11-yard gain, up to the 36-yard line, ball near hash. Trips to the left. Here's the snap and the shotgun to Jones. Loads up, fires it near side, and threw it in some traffic, but completes it out across the 45 up to the 46-yard line. He finds Duke Miller. No, that's Tommy Johnson, I beg your pardon, Jadarius Steen. He's wearing jersey number 10, but it's scrunched up and looks like 18.
Got a new running back in the game.
That's Amarian Howard, who's going to be off the right shoulder of Jones. Trips wide side of the field to the left, moving left to right, 2:09 to go in the 3rd quarter, counting clock. Howard is going to turn his legs as he goes between the hashes, or between the tackles on the near hash up to the 49, and that's going to be enough for a first down Tyreek Howard will make the tackle for the Indians. Clock will stop momentarily for the chains to move. They'll wind it up. 2 minutes to go and counting clock here in the third quarter. We're about to be at the end of the third. We'll have 15 more minutes to play. 16 minutes and 51 seconds to be exact. Trips left once again. Single receiver at the numbers near side. Jones in the shotgun. There was some movement on that right side of the line. Yep, they saw it. They blow the whistles and throw the flag, and that's going to be a 5-yarder on EMCC. First and 15. Yeah, that's going to be on Octavian Hollins. Octavian Hollins, 6'6", 350, a sophomore from Yazoo City, Mississippi. Played for Yazoo County High School.
Looks like Fletcher Cox out there.
Yeah.
From Yazoo City. He's about as big as Fletcher.
He's about as big as Fletcher. I don't know if Fletcher didn't have a lot of false starts because he played on defense, but I see what you're saying, though. So he is big as Fletcher. I doubt he's as quick as Fletcher Cox, though. And that's not an insult, just not many people are. Joe break screen left side off the fingertips and up in the air, and it falls to the ground. Incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd and 15. Aka is the intended receiver. So it falls incomplete. 2nd and 15 as mentioned. 1:20 on the clock, third quarter. And once again, the wind is picked up. We're looking at the flags across the way. There's actually only one whipping because all the others have wrapped around the pole. But EMCC is going into the wind and into that gale. Same formation as the last couple of plays. And they leave it on the ground, going straight up the middle is Howard. He gets out across midfield, inside ICC territory, down to the 48-yard line. DeMontre Bell will make the tackle. Howard is good for 8 yards. And that's going to bring up now a 3rd down and a long situation. They've got to get down to the 41. They're at the 48, so a 3rd and 7 situation for EMCC. Under a minute to play in the counting clock of the third quarter. Trips left once again. ICC looks like they were showing a corner blitz. And now here they come after Jones, and he steps up in the pocket and has plenty of green, makes a sidestep at the seam, gets to the numbers at the 30, and still on his feet, sideline inside the 20-yard line, and there's somebody with an umbrella, and I cannot see exactly where he went.
17-yard line.
Thank you, Coach. There's a man standing up with an umbrella, and I cannot see anything.
What a good run. Jones did a great job scrambling and had a big opening right up the gut and just went got the first down and made about 10, 15 more yards.
Timeout ICC with 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter. EMCC up 27-3 and a first down and 10 to go from the 17 of ICC. When we return back at 30 seconds, this is the EMCC Football Network. Indians just called a timeout. They're going to place the football down at the 17-yard line here on the near hash. Thank you, Coach, for helping me spot the football. I'm having to stand up, and I can see a little bit better now over the umbrella, but I can't blame the fan. It's raining here in Fulton. Trips left again. Same formation this whole drive. Jones back to pass, throws it near side. Intercepted at the 11-yard. Oh, no, he dropped it. My goodness. That should have been an interception, and dropping it is Brian Jordan. He's made a lot of tackles and would probably trade that for that interception. Steen is the one that deflected at the line of scrimmage. It did look like it was kind of awkward once it passed the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 10 situation from the 17 of ICC near hash. Shotgun snap, looking left, bubble screen left side. It is caught. Centarius Henderson down the numbers at the 10, inside the 5. Tries to dive for the goal line, just going to be a couple of yards shy.
Whitehouse doing a good job blocking out there, and
yes,
he made a good catch and accelerated and made a good gain out of it.
C.J. Johnson with the tackle. Can you see? Okay. Yeah. C.J. Johnson, yeah. I was just checking to see if our spotter could see. I know I'm not tall and all, but so that's going to run out the third quarter play. So, yes, I don't have to stand up and try to peep out the window to be able to see. They're going to move into the field towards the north. That's moving from right to left as they'll have a third down situation when we return inside the 5-yard line. This is the EMCC Football Network. Knocking on that north end zone door now with a third down situation inside the 5-yard line. Lions trying to tack on some more points and go ahead and put this one away. So 15 minutes have been put on the scoreboard. Spotted the football at the 3-yard line here on the near hash. Here's the snap to Jones. He leaves it with Perryman. Perryman is going to be bottled up. He ran behind his own offensive line and got trapped. And he's going to be tackled at the 2-yard line, so a gain of 1. That's actually going to bring up a third down now as Moore is going to make the tackle. That's second down and goal, I beg your pardon. They didn't change it just a moment ago. Here's the snap. Going to leave it with Howard. Goes straight up the middle, turning his legs, dives over the goal line. Touchdown from 2 yards out on second down and goal to go. Marion Howard's going to get into the end zone once again. Then the Starkville product on the season now has his third touchdown on the ground. And we'll await the PAT. It's 33-3, so a 30-point lead. Now I could say it's a 30-point lead. It's just not 30-0, Coach. And Peyton Rogers will boot the PAT attempt here in a moment. Awaiting the snap back here momentarily. Rogers is going to get set. There's 15 to snap it, so plenty of time. Ham's snap back is good. The hold is good. The kick is good. And EMCC's on top 34-3 here early stages. Matter of fact, we're just 28 seconds into the fourth quarter of play. Back in 30 seconds, this is the EMCC Football Network. If you want to know more about EMCC, visit EMCC's Athletics home on the web. For live broadcast news, stats, schedules, and more, visit www.emccathletics.com. Back deep to receive your usuals. Wilson near hash at the 10-yard line. Watts, toes on the 10-yard line, far hash. I doubt they see it. It's probably going to be a sky kick across the way at the 40 or 30-yard line. Nope, they are going to kick it deep, and backing up is Watts inside his own 5-yard line, but it goes over his head, bounces at the 1, goes into the end zone. It's a touchback, and EMCC now will go on defense at the 25-yard line. 14:32 still on the clock. As no time went off the clock on that kick. 34-3 is our score. Okay, so, Coach, you've got 14 minutes and change left. And you mentioned that you wanted to kind of preserve yourself health-wise. So how are you kind of going about this? If you're an EMCC coach, how would you want to manage it right now? Because obviously there's still some things you want to get better at. You want to go into the playoffs with momentum.
Yeah, you want to run the clock, though, I think. I think you want to use the time. Of course, Itawamba's going to gang up on the running game, and that's the negative about running the ball.
Carter's in the shotgun, snap from the 25, his own 25, surveys the field, now comes to the near side, has a man wide open, caught at the 46, he's across midfield, pushed out of bounds in the neighborhood of the 40-yard line, making the reception is Chris Howard, the sophomore receiver. He's going to be pushed out of bounds by Lawrence Sullivan Jr. Wide open at the 46-yard line, Carter found Howard from 34 yards out. And so it's a first down at the 41. They're going to say he stepped out of bounds there. And EMCC wants to talk about it. Back at 30 seconds to Eaton Field here in Fulton. This is the EMCC Football Network. To go in this game, 34-3, EMCC on top. EMCC just called the timeout.
I think he ran an out and up, and the defender jumped out, and he was wide open on the sideline.
Near hash is the spot of the football. Twins either side of the formation. Carter with the snap's going to go on the RPO, throws it on the near side, complete at the 40, and stepping out of bounds at the 38.5-yard line for a gain of 2.5. Cam McCullum is going to push him out of bounds, and that's their main target. That's Sandgren. Shamar Sandgren. As we mentioned, Sandgren is out of Savannah, Georgia. Beautiful city. Spot of the football now closer to the 38 of EMCC on the near hash. Trips left side. Carter claps his hands. Will take the shotgun snap. Fakes the give and throws it. Almost intercepted again. And EMCC couldn't come up with it. Lawrence Sullivan Jr. had his fingertips on it at the seam. And that's the second interception that should have been had. There was another one that could have been the fourth. One, they had two secured. One was negated on a penalty by EMCC on a roughing the passer. And then Brandon Larry drops one, and then Lawrence Sullivan will drop one as well. Carter in the shotgun with his team down 34-3. ICC trying to get some more points. Pocket collapses. He throws it near side, and it's caught. Caught at the 38-yard line. That's going to be no gain as Wilson's going to catch it, and that's going to bring up a fourth down, and ICC's going to punt it away and try to pin EMCC deep.
Ran a little screen pass to the running back, and he had some yardage, but he couldn't stay on his feet. He fell on his own without a defender close by. And
slick track out there.
I'm surprised they're punting right now, even though it's 4th and 8, down 31 points.
It's four-down territory, and a four-down situation, if you'd think. Nixon's going to punt it, and it's a wobbly kick. It's going to bounce inside the 15, and it's going to bounce back around between the hash and the numbers inside the 10, and it was an effective kick nonetheless. And so the 9-yard line's where EMCC's going to have it. 29-yard punt by Price Nixon. So he pins another inside the 20, and that's his 20th on the season. So moving from right to left will beat EMCC up 34-3 with 12:48 to go in this game. Next week, I want to remind you, we'll be at Sullivan Wyndham Field in Scuba, 2 p.m. kickoff. I guess now is as good a time as any to look back at those scores from around MAC play, the ones we're interested in. We'll do that after this play. And the shotgun is Jones, going to leave it on the ground and go in between the tackles, hopping over the 10-yard line up to about the 12-yard line. Is Zias Perriman. Keaton Kager is going to make the tackle. It's Carl Robinson, I beg your pardon, who's out there now. Going to save Zias Perriman's energy for next week. Robinson listed as a receiver, has played a lot of running back here in the second half of the season. He'll take the handoff on second down. Tries to go up the middle. It's going to be bottled up around the 11-yard line, and he's going to be gang tackled on the far hash there. And leading the charge is Corley Hopper. So it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 7 situation. 12:05 county clock here in the fourth quarter play. We'll look at scores here after this 3rd down play, I promise, because those scores have changed. 34-3 here in Fulton. Jason Crowder here with you along with Rocky Felker. You're in the broadcast booth bringing you the last regular season game, and the stands have just about emptied here on the near side of Indians fans. Here's the snap to Jones, back to pass. Plenty of protection, plenty of protection. Now spins to his right and fires it out of bounds at around the 20-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 4th down situation. And we can hear Buddy Stevens from here. He is not happy with somebody. East Central leading Coahoma coach in the 4th quarter 20-18, so East Central has come from behind to take the lead. Jones now has stretched his lead to 14 in the 4th quarter over Colin, 21-7. Northeast leading Holmes 29-12, just a little bit away from us in Boonville, Mississippi. 21-3, Hines has stretched his lead at Pearl River. That's in the 3rd quarter of play. Peyton Rogers will stand inside the end zone, takes it on a one-hop like a shortstop, but it's a high spiral that's going to bounce at the 49 of ICC and goes into EMCC territory, and the Lions will quickly, with Cam McCullum, down it there. In the 3rd quarter, Northwest has still leading Mississippi Delta 37-13.
They came after the punter. They tried to block the punt with looked like an 8-man rush, and East Mississippi did a good job of just getting rid of it quick.
So ICC is actually going to have it right at midfield, not the 49. Carter's going to come out there once again, coach, and be in the shotgun out of freshman from Ackerman, Mississippi, which is just about 15 miles away from Fridge Camp, which is the home of WFCA. Bring him in motion from left to right. On the snap, Carter looking. He'll roll to the near side. Still rolling. Gets to the numbers, decides to tuck it, and tucks it a little too late. But gets a yard inside midfield down to the 49 of the Lions. Watts was the man in motion, went streaking down the near seam. Case in Boston is going to make the tackle. 34-3, EMCC on top as we tick under 11 minutes to play. And now once again we see a heavy gale again. It'll lighten up and then it begins to rain again. It's just been off and on all day long. And it looked like it had poured, Coach, when you and I were trying to walk up the steps. Ball near hash, snap from the EMCC 49. Lions with inside pressure. Throw it on the slip screen near side. It is caught by Shangren, and he's going to be forced out of bounds around the 48-yard line near side. Cam McCullum will do the honors there for EMCC. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Now, when we look at the total yards for ICC in this contest, 54 plays, 132 yards. That just has not been a productive day.
Great job on defense. Itawamba they've had trouble all day moving the ball, whether run or pass. That's really the story. Is this defense is really control the game.
3-man front rush in here on the near side, which is Trey Lang, and he's going to drop back in coverage and clean pocket, and they throw it over in the middle, tipped up in the air, and is it picked off? I believe it is. Yes, it is picked off by EMCC, and Cam McCullen is going to make the interception for EMCC on the tip drill at the 30-yard line. I thought it fell to the turf incomplete, but he scoops it up, and it is an interception, and finally EMCC is able to hold on to one.
Let's put a replay on that.
That's the 2nd interception for EMCC officially. Well, you know, if this was college and even in the NFL, that would be reviewed.
Yeah.
Sometimes we want that because it will benefit our team, but when it won't benefit our team, we don't want that, Coach. Ball on the near hash, EMCC up big, 10 minutes to go, 34-3 is the score. And Jones going to pull it in the belly of his tailback, and he's going to be grabbed by the back of his jersey and slung down at the 32. Ball comes out, but he is down by contact. Demarion Hobbs will hold on with his right hand with his jersey and throws him down. Ball went rolling out of bounds, but would have been retained by EMCC anyway. We're under 10 minutes to play, 9:46 clock rolling here in the 4th quarter.
That's one thing you don't want to see is your quarterback running the ball and with a 30-point lead in a big game next week.
Yeah. Howard is going to be flanked off to his right, trips right side of the field, wide side. Fake the give to Howard, surveys the field, throws it over on the right side, and he one-hops it to Duke Miller.
No, that's Stacy.
Well, I beg your pardon, that's 88, and that is Stacy Robinson. My apologies to Robinson. And we're going to see A lot of new receivers in here right now here on this drive. Miles Hobson is going to be a receiver here on the near side.
16 and 12.
And also out there for EMCC, Jacob Patridge and Antonio Barber. Jones in the shotgun. Howard flanked off to his left. Trips on the right side. Snap from the 30, and he 32 rather, and he rolls around the right side and throws it out of bounds. Throws it over the head of his teammates over on the far bench. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8 after the 2-yard gain by Jones just a moment. It's a 4th down, I beg your pardon, and it's going to be Moore who is going to apply the pressure.
Itawamba came at him with the blitz and from the field, and he did a really good job to escape it and didn't have anybody open, just threw the ball away.
9:20 to go in the game, 34-3. EMCC on top and about to punt it away. Couldn't eat off any
they're
clock
coming
on
after
that drive.
punter right here.
Yeah. Boy, they are committed here. They'll snap it from the 32 here momentarily. It's a low snap and gets it off in time, and Rogers booms it. Backpedaling, and Shangren, and he's going to let it go over him, and it's going to roll inside the 15, 10, 5, and it finally goes out of bounds. My goodness, what a beautiful punt. 68 yards from Peyton Rogers. My goodness gracious, that is his long this season.
I can contest that's his long since high school.
Yeah, that's a career long. 68-yarder. That was a boomer. And we're going to keep it right here, and ZMCC will bring their defense out here momentarily. And got to momentarily pause in the change of possession. All right, Coach, I'm going to ask you about the World Series again. Who do you have? It's tied at one apiece.
All the Braves, man. I'm a Cardinal fan, and I don't never have liked the Astros.
The Astros hate. Here it comes. I knew it was coming.
And
Nobody's
the Braves got Austin Riley. Austin Riley's dad was a punter for me. And
Gotta go.
It's been a while since the Braves have been in the World Series. You got to go for the Braves.
Snap from their own 20, and they leave it on the ground, breaking a couple of tackles, getting to the numbers, out across the 20. That's Watts up to about the 22. I've been a lifelong Braves fan myself. Well, when I started liking sports as a kid. Yeah, it's Ray Elias Jr. is going to make the tackle for EMCC.
It's okay to be a Brave fan, but, at one time they weren't very good. And if you supported them then you deserve when they got good and got the World Series.
I became a fan early in the 91 season when they went from worst to first. I have a bunch of family that lives in Atlanta and lives in Georgia, and I adopted them and because they were kind of the Southern representative, and been a Braves fan ever since. And, of course, we knew what was about to happen. They were about to be really, really good. 2nd and 7, and going back to pass, and now somehow he gets it away as his knee was going down around the 19, and it's complete at the 27-yard line. And making the tackle for ICC is Ty Johnson. So that's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 4 situation after the gain of 3. Ball on the near hash. Snap from the 27. Carter's going to keep it himself. Goes off left tackle. Gets out across the 30. And he's out across the 35. He's going to have enough for the 1st down. And gets up to about the 37-yard line. I think his knee may have gone down around the 36. But he got the 1st down nonetheless with 7:41 to go. Lawrence Sullivan Jr. with the tackle.
I tell you what, he's a good little player, quarterback.
Yeah.
Good runner and stocky young man.
Getting a little bit more comfortable out there. And obviously when he was thrown to the fire, he wasn't quite ready. But they had no choice. Twins near side between the hash and the numbers. They snap it from the left hash, and on the RPO they throw it on the skinny post, and it's incomplete.
That was definitely an RPO.
It was looking for Chris Howard. Now that we started talking about RPO, I'm using the term RPO an awful lot. But it is what it is. I mean, it's the truth. So clock stops with 7:17 to go in this game. 2nd and 10 coming up. I hope it's not doing this tomorrow night when I have to call a high school game. Because I don't think we'll be as sheltered where I'm going to be as we are right now. Ball left hash from the 36. Here's the snap on 2nd and 10. Carter is going to go behind the right guard, and he's going to go up between the tackles, and he gets close to the 40-yard line. Now, EMCC is yelling ball, and they're showing that they have it. And Jeremy Mack Jr. is running out of there celebrating like they do have it, but the officials have not said they have it. And I think, well, they still haven't indicated. It's down. So they're going to wind the clock now. 7:04 to go here in the fourth quarter. Amir Taylor is going to make the tackle. 3rd down and 10 now, or 3rd and 7, I beg your pardon, after the gain of 3 by Carter. Now they change it on the board. I flashed my eyes to the board a little too quickly. So spot of the football, middle of the field at the 39-yard line. 6:45, 6:44, counting clock. ICC is just going to kind of go slow here as they're going to wait till they get under 10 before they snap it. Twins wide side of the field, near side. Carter claps his hands. He'll receive the shotgun snap. Going to roll to the near side. He's between the hash and the number. Squares and fires and is tipped up in the air but not intercepted. Tipped up in the air at midfield, incomplete. And that's going to bring up now a 4th down and 7 from the 39-yard line, their own 39 for ICC.
Good defense. Itawamba tried to run a smash right out here with the hitch and a flag route combination, and did a good job covering it and putting pressure on the quarterback. I tell you what, secondary's really been good tonight.
Yeah,
very few receivers have been open, and they haven't given up the big play.
Yeah, and they've been giving up some plays through the air the last couple of games. That snap is going to be bobbled back and picked up and kicked, and somehow Nixon got it away, and it's going to bounce at the numbers around the 32. And going to roll up to the 34 as it takes an EMCC bounce, and it's going to be down there. Patterson had to get away and no chance to get that one and return it. And with 6:16 to go in this game, it's 34-3, EMCC on top of ICC. So the Lions will have it, and with 6:16 to go, we'll see what they do on this drive. I would like to probably get down the field and punch it in. It's been so close here in the second half of being the buddy rule in effect. So new quarterback in there for EMCC, and that's Damon Stewart. Stewart will stand in the shotgun inside his own 30 and bobbles the snap, turns around, gets it, and now takes off around the right side. And he's got enough for the first down as he goes between the hash and the numbers. Up the far side, gets out across the 45 up to the 47 before he's wrestled down there by Corley Hopper.
He didn't do a good job catching the snap, but he ran with it. He knew what to do when he got control of it.
Yeah, he had to turn around, catch it from behind. As soon as he turned around, he just took off, Coach. You're exactly right. Ball right hash. 2 yards away from ICC territories. The snap, delayed handoff going around the right side and breaking a couple of tackles as he ran through some folks inside the 45. Down to the 44 is Howard. Marion Howard out of Starkville, Mississippi, Starkville High School to be exact. Making the tackle is Keaton Kager. So down to the 44. That's a nice gain on first down, so 2nd and 2. Gain of 8. Ball on the right hash. In the shotgun is Jones. Raises his right leg. Stewart. And now he hands it off to Howard again. Howard goes around the right side, has a first down, dives inside the 40 at the numbers. And he already had the first down, but then dove as if he was trying to get the first down. Peyton Ray's going to be credited with the tackle as he's going to cover him up once he goes to the ground. The EMCC coach getting down the field pretty quickly here with 5:03 and counting to go in the game. Up 34-3.
Look like they're running the counter play there with pulling the guard and maybe the tackle.
We'll see what they do here inside the 40. Here's the snap and giving it to Robinson, going around the right side behind the right guard. Is going to get down to the 36-yard line. Carl Robertson, who's the tailback. Moore is going to knock him off his feet for ICC.
That's exactly what they're doing there, Jason.
Yeah.
Pull the left guard and left tackle, and that's a play that they hadn't run the whole game, and they're making good yardage with that play 3 times in a row.
And that Gale is at their back, moving from south to north. Robinson's going to shift from left to right of Stewart, and he's going to give it to Robinson. Goes around the left side, gets to the near hash, gets inside the 35 down to the 34. So a gain of 2 on the play, and that's going to bring up now a 3rd down at 5. Javen Edwards is going to, or 4th down, I beg your pardon, 4th and 5. Well, it is third. It is third. Okay, I thought I put a 4th down over there. I'm getting confused like that LSU Mississippi State game in Baton Rouge. Ball on the near hash. 15 to snap it. Stewart takes the shotgun snap at the face mask, has pressure, gets rid of it quickly, and it is caught as he turns around the 30-yard line at the numbers and makes the catch. That's Miles Hobson, who's going to make the first down reception. Kager once again on the tackle. Well, great concentration that time as the ball kind of sailed just a little bit to his right, and he's able to catch it sideways, Coach, and was
Made a good catch. He
yeah,
really
great
did.
catch.
Good first down.
3:22 and counting.
This has been a good drive right here.
A great drive. Momentum building drive going into the next game. Well, they snap it to the left to Stewart, and he has to fall on it out across the 35 back at the 36-yard line, so it's going to be a loss on the play.
You know, if you don't practice in these conditions, sometimes it's hard to, you know, to play well. You know, this is the first time it's really rained all fall that I remember.
And it's a driving rain. As I mentioned, it looks like a gale here in Fulton, Mississippi. A little bit more deceiving as far as the way it looks coming down from the lights. Stewart in the shotgun takes the snap. After the loss of 7, throws it out in the flat on the right side off the fingertips of Hobson at the numbers around the 35. So Carl Robertson can't come up with it. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 17 after the 7-yard loss just a moment ago.
He was running back coming out of the backfield and ran a little flat route and looked like a good throw. He just wasn't able to come up with it.
Clock stopped with 2:35 to go here in this fourth quarter. EMCC up 34-3. So a 31-point lead for the Lions as they're about to close out the regular season undefeated at 9-0 for the 5th time in the Buddy Stevens era. Stacy in motion from near side to far. They're going to throw it underneath. It's caught by Carl Robertson. He's going to break a tackle to get inside the 35 between the hash and the numbers, and he's going to be down about the 33. Keelius Moore is going to knock him off his feet, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They were not able to get a big chunk there. 2:16, 2:15, clock rolling here in the fourth quarter. Lions about to wrap up the regular season undefeated. North Division champs outright. For the 10th time, by the way, in the Buddy Stevens era. That's just amazing. So 4th down to 14, EMCC's going for it at the ICC 33 right hash. Just ticked under 2 minutes to go here in this football game. Twin receivers here on the near side. Here's a high snap pulled down by Stewart. Surveys the field, now unloads, fires it deep down the right sideline, and it's incomplete, but penalty flags are flying everywhere, and this is indicating pass interference on ICC, we think, with 1:44 to go in the game. So
corner was up and bump and run and ran with him and obviously was too physical with the wideout.
Yeah, and it's going to be a 1st down because it is a pass interference call. Spot of the football will be just inside the 20, so in the red zone, EMCC again. We'll see if the Lions can get a red zone score here. 34-3, they're up with under 2 minutes to play, 1:44 to be exact. Clock stop because of the penalty. 23 to snap it, so plenty of time. EMCC over the football and set. Twin receivers either side. Wide side of the field's near side. Snap to Stewart. Leave it on the ground with Howard. Goes around the right side, and he's going to get down to about the 17-yard line. So Howard with the carry. Hopper's going to make the tackle. Ball placed on the right hash. Twin receivers short side of the field. Across the way, twin receivers wide side of the field, near side. Clock rolling with 1:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. 34-3, EMCC on top. Inside the 20 of ICC, inside handoff to Howard. He's dragging folks inside the 15 and down to the 14-yard line. I think it's Hopper is going to make the tackle again for ICC. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 9 situation, or that's closer to 3rd and 7. Yep, 3rd and 7 is official. Under a minute to play. Stewart with the snap, play action, now fires it over the middle of the field, and it's picked off in the end zone. And he goes out across the 5, out across the 10, 15 to the numbers at the 20, 32 seconds left. He's still on his feet, 40, 45, down the near sideline. He's going to go. And that is Ralph Dunn, the defensive back who picks it off in the end zone, and he's going to go all the way 100 yards. Dunn on the near sideline with 20 seconds to go. Well, that's not very good momentum, even though you're going to still win by 24 if they get the PAT. It's 34-9. So ICC will score their final touchdown of the season, and it's on a pick 6. 100 yards. Whew. I would not want to be on the far sideline right now. I can tell you that right now. Jamari Jones throws his 3rd interception of the game?
That wasn't Jamari. That was.
I'm sorry, that was Stewart. Yeah, but it's still the 3rd interception of the game for EMCC.
Right.
My apologies to Jones. So the Lions would play action there and had a man open near side, but throws it across the middle.
He had a little pressure in his face, I think, and I couldn't see real well, but
yeah, that angle is hard for you to see. Well, the reaction for the coaching staff is he threw it to the wrong guy. So they're going to go for 2 here. I mean, why not?
No tackle on this play, by the way.
was that 4th down? That's third down.
That was third, yeah.
3rd down.
So here we go. Carter in the shotgun. Here's the snap. It's going to throw it, fade pattern near side, and it is incomplete. And so it's no good. 34-3 is our score. Kel Williams in defense. 20 seconds to go in this game. So Lasher's going to come out to kick this one away from right to left, and this is one of those where you're like, really? We had 20 seconds to go. We got to have a kick here, and it's going to take a minute to get everybody set. We're not really going to have a post-game show for you tonight. We got to hit the road, get back home. So, Coach, while we have this moment, your thoughts on how this game has transpired? EMCC's done what it's needed to do to win, but still has to work on some things.
I think it's been a good win. Good win, and you know, to say you came up here and to win this margin is a good win. Certainly, the defense. Every time they went on the field, they were the difference in the game. Offensively, offense struggled at times. At other drives, Jones was able to move the team and get the ball in the end zone. But every time the defense went out there, Itawamba had trouble moving the ball against that front four and that defensive football team. Secondary, linebackers, front four all played well. And did what been the key the whole season, and certainly tonight was a big difference in the game.
34-9 is the score. EMCC though that helps their average, keeping them under 10. The EMCC came in giving up 10 points a game at 9.6, so they gave up their average tonight. So Lasher's going to kick it from left to right. We have 20 seconds to go. This game is about to be all she wrote. And Coach, we appreciate you coming up here and with me and doing this game. It's been a lot of fun. You bring a lot of insight to what's going on out on the field, and we got a little lesson on the RPO, which used to be called the triple option. Here's the kick from the 35 from left to right, and coming up under it and grabbing his Patterson at the 20-yard line, is still on his feet out across the 25, gets to the sideline near the 30. And with 14 seconds to go, EMCC will bring their offense back out here. And making the tackle is Kager once again. Boy, he has been all over the field tonight for ICC. Seems like we've called out his name an awful lot, as well as
it's been fun watching this.
Yeah,
junior college football in Mississippi, and
it's the best.
I appreciate y'all having me on tonight.
Anytime, Coach. I'm sure there will be more opportunities in the future for you to hop on with us and fill in. 14 seconds to go here in this fourth quarter. So this is about to be ball game. And coming back out there, Stewart, who just threw the pick six.
I think they have 10 defensive players on the field, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, something doesn't look right, does it? There is 10. Going around the right side is Howard. Howard runs into some folks, stays on his feet, gets up to about the 38-yard line, and that's going to do it. 4 seconds, now 3 with the counting clock, and the fans across the way will count it down. And undefeated EMCC for the regular season in 2021. After not playing a down of football in 2020, it's been remarkable to see what this team has been able to do, and they're not done yet. The new season begins next week. Our airtime is 1:30 on WFCA.FM and EMCCathletics.com. 2 o'clock is the kickoff, and EMCC more than likely is going to be welcoming Hines into the game. That game is not final as we give you some JUCO scores before we sign off. A look around MAC play as soon as I pull those up. There's games that kicked off at 7 o'clock tonight, so they're not complete. But Kahoma just lost to East Central. That game just went final 30-18 down in Decatur. Jones College defeating Colin 21-7. Northeast defeating Holmes in Boonville 29-12. And in the fourth quarter, Hines on top of Pearl River. That's going to be all she wrote, 21-10. And Northwest is leading Mississippi Delta 37-13 in the fourth quarter. So right now, unofficially, but official in a way, Hines is going to be coming, and my good friend who's the defensive coordinator down there is going to be coming in to Scuba, Mississippi. So can't wait for that game next week. And once again, we're going to be on the air at 1:30. 2 o'clock is the kickoff. And that's going to be from Sullivan Wyndham Field. So final score, 34-9. Chuck Bentley has been our producer and board op back at the WFCA studios. Gavin Gilbert's been our statistician. Robert Ware, spotter. And our color analyst, the Rocky Felker. Thanks again, Coach. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Jason.
I'm Jason Crowder saying so long and go Lions. EMCC wins at 34-9, and you've been listening to a production of Lions football on the EMCC Radio Network.